Recording.
Oh.
There you go.
Recording in progress.
Tap it.
Yeah, just tap
That
it.
isn't on it. Thanks, Shane.
Nice. All right. Don't you want to go home? So obviously, elephant in the room, Adam and Tristan can't make it today, which is okay. So we have Cody here as kind of a bonus character player for us for the foreseeable short future while Adam and Tristan aren't able to make it. All right, so I'm going to give a quick recap. Actually, not as quick. I'm going to do a slightly more thorough recap so that Cody can slightly get caught up with what's kind of going on in the world at the moment. Back in the beginning.
What a guy.
4 hours later.
No, very, very quick summary.
That was me.
I'm gonna wait for them. You guys good? Very quick summary. This world that we're in, Morrowgast. Again, a lot of this your person would already know, right? So the world that we're in, Morrowgast, is split between two familial factions: the Crete Empire and the Vinovia dynasty. Our wonderful adventurers of misfits met in the Vinovia dynasty in the capital of Finland almost a year ago at this point. Following this magical material known as dragon scale, sorry, they followed it all the way down south, followed it eastern across one of the oceans to Fjordstown, all in hunt to figuring out how this stuff works and what it does. In the middle of this, there was some encounters, obviously, where we made good decisions and not so good decisions as a group to get us where we are. Ultimately, always gaining experience and learning from it, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel so lonely.
yes.
My horns agree.
The most recent of which is when our misfits encountered a military force of seemingly allies with the Crete Empire while staying abroad at Athena, a small town, more of a hub of social interactions. They ran into the 6th Legion, one of the smaller yet still powerful legions of the Cretan army. After a misunderstanding, to say the least, there was a fight that broke out, and our misfits slayed almost every member of that army, except for Frederick, who was the primus immunis of that army, essentially the general.
You had a really good armor.
Cool.
After this event, everyone panicked. In a moment of flee, thought the first thing and best thing to do would be to try to disguise their identities. Our members Silex and Cree, who are not with us tonight, leaned upon their family friends to essentially spread the words that they were dead, that they were slain in the battle to prevent future investigations.
And this was in Athena?
This was in Athena. They fled. They kind of took homage with Ombri, an NPC you guys are all very familiar with, and also the newly found daughter of our very own Zinro. Ombri, the captain, leader, pirate, baddest bitch in the land, owns the ship, the Diplomat, of which everyone happily got on board to get the fuck out of there, and flew to an unknown location. But you guys arose in the beautiful oasis of Rakan. While you were here, this is very recent. While you were here, you guys shopped around, got some new knuckles, got a new cape. In the hunt of new magical items, you followed the scent of magical inquiry down a deep, dark tunnel. Within this tunnel, following this lead, you ran into an old friend of an old nemesis, the Silent Shepherds. While confronting Derek, for the first time, you heard him speak. Though through an illusion, you heard him loud and clear. A simple game of questions ensued, after which, whether knowingly or unknowingly, committed yourself to the hidden queen, Alcaranthe, the feared, the great. After this realization, you guys went back to the Wreck-In Oasis to pick up your belongings, finish the rest of your night, and realize that you had blue sapphire markings on your body that weren't there before. The night goes as usual. Rain led the charge of drinking, getting everyone nice and drunk. Cree made some of her cocktails for folks, and it was just delicious as usual. You did try some magical mushrooms. I'm sorry, chocolates. Turtles to be specific. They gave you a great feeling. And then everyone went to bed. Relatively uneventful, except for Zinro, who noticed that he did not have that same blue marking upon his back that his, we'll say, otherworldly patron, to be polite, refused to let him pact himself with another being. The next morning arrives. Everyone is well rested, fully rested, and able to kind of go about your day as newly found children of the Hidden Queen.
You guys probably would all see me because I'm an early riser. I only take 4 hours to do the thing, so I'm just asleep. But I guess whenever you guys come down, I would like to inform you all at some point in time that I am not marked.
But,
And I just freshly lit another little skull. I'm gonna be leaving those things around
oh,
whenever we go places, just as an out of character side note. So I think it's kind of neat to be like, you're just walking into a random room and there it is.
It's the shit in the bed, if you will.
yeah.
Good call there. That's
Very, very
that's
sweet,
pretty
so,
I'm stoked for this week, sorry.
yeah, I wish I could watch with you guys.
Sorry.
But I was like, somebody was looking out for me, so I am not marked. My soul belongs to somebody else. But I fear that is exactly what you guys have made. Your soul is bound now to hers. Shit.
another
Says
thing.
Pigeon
Yeah.
for the first time.
Way more loose than Freyr.
Yeah.
Bitch is like, we're shit.
Oh shit, my dear boy. Well, you guys, as usual, wake up, get your morning beers, right? Again, Rain leading the charge, I'm sure. I'm kidding. Yeah, you like fresh pressed juices in the morning. As you all know, this place is known for its coffee, being so close to the Vesuvian Mountains. So at the bar, there is light and dark roasts, beautifully fresh foam to make nice lattes and ultimately, the morning is nice. There doesn't seem to be any different feeling in you, other than the occasional tickle in your throat for some of you. After a few moments, realizing that everyone is here, you realize that Silex and Kree have not come down, and you know they bumped together as always. They seem to have not come down yet, which is odd, especially to you, Zinro, because he's really the only other person up at the same time you are.
Crack acid.
Yeah. So the fact that he's not up, tinkering with something, managing his armor, figuring out his newest infusion and enchantment seems really odd to you.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's give it a knock.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All right, so you guys see Zinro go upstairs. Does anyone follow him up?
I'll go up.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone goes up as a group. Wait, does Zaris go up?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, so show me
Oh
the.
shit, Zaris gonna kick the door in.
Right.
Who needs
Actually,
locks?
Because I prepared it. I needed to prepare it. I'm gonna go, you still have a problem with money, Zeus?
Yes, I need all of the money possible. Very
Well,
important.
maybe you'll realize that, and I'm gonna be dark just because I'm liking this character arc so far. Maybe when you realize that at the end of all things, that money doesn't mean anything to you at all. And I'm going to touch him and say a few kind, weird words and remove curse.
Damn it.
I'm gonna be like, you know what? You're right. Money fucking sucks, bro.
As you're touched by Zinro, and as he places his hands on you, you realize again his mouth does not move when he talks. It's telepathically speaking to you as you hear these noises, these guttural, undead sounds of him casting something, and just for a flash, you see his eyes go black and then back to his normal color as you feel this need and this lust and this attraction to money dissipate.
Oh yes. I think you're right, Sinro. I don't think in the end that I actually need money. I don't think it's important to me.
It's a very good lesson to learn.
It's almost useless, honestly. I
Well, I
feel
would-
like
I think you pushed it.
I didn't do
I
anything
love how
more than what
influencing
Darius
it is.
wants to have happen.
very low intellect, very easily influenced.
Very big punches though.
Well, I will say if you come across any that's given to you willfully, not by begging or doing jobs, then you can hand it over to any one of us to safekeeping. If it's so worthless in your eyes.
Oh, you're so right. And I'm just gonna pull out what gold I have and just hand it to Xeris.
To Zenro?
To Mamie.
Zinro. I am myself, but to Zinro.
One for you, one for me.
Yeah.
One for you.
I guess, yeah, sure, let me take that. What was your approximate value of your gold pieces?
I was at 672.
672. I've never seen so much more. I did, yeah. Did you guys die? It makes it a little bit more viable to be carrying around these diamonds.
Not very important. Just kidding.
Do I have to leave a dry erase marker here one of these days? 'Cause I seem to have gone missing, and it's like.
I'm sure if you did, Hannah scooped it up and will never give it back. So
I
sorry.
will look, but I
No, you're good.
don't remember picking up a dry erase.
All right, I just need to redo all this information.
Right, so
But,
we
yeah.
knock on the door.
I knock on the door. Silence, are you? The rest of us are down here trying to think of what to do next. Cree, anybody in there?
You get no response.
Sit.
No, I'm thinking about it. Can I communicate through the door?
Uh,
That's my thing.
it's telepathy. So yeah,
Well, I just meant more like, I can't visually see them.
yeah. You're sending out the.
Oh.
You're not getting a response.
I'm
Words.
broadcasting a signal. There's everybody like.
Yeah, you're on an AM channel.
Oh, your reception in the morning, terrible. All right.
Yep.
Alright,
You
I'm
get no
gonna-
response.
Like, try and open the door.
It's unlocked.
It's unlocked?
Mhm.
Sick, I'm gonna open the door.
That seems
Aw.
pretty rude.
Yeah. Don't kick doors.
I was so excited.
Yeah, no.
It's D&D or.
Okay, I'm not gonna just like swing it open. I'm just gonna open it a little bit and
Yep.
peer it as I
All
open
right,
it.
a level 20 monster who's helping.
No.
Uh,
Depends what level.
What do I get out of it?
She had 8 or 9 or 10.
You're at 9. You're fine,
Oh,
sorry.
it's rude.
Okay, so yeah, you open up the door and you definitely see where Silex and Kree have been sleeping, but they are not in the room. The desk where Silex has been doing his tinkering the past couple of nights is still relatively untouched. It looks like he was recently using it.
The book with the things on it where you can.
Is there anything that maybe shows?
You see his pistols.
Oh, no.
That
What?
something's wrong.
So he didn't take his distance.
No.
That's not good.
Is there anything on the desk? Can I look at the desk and see if there's anything that maybe points to where, I'm gonna grab a where he'd be,
I was about to say.
where he'd be going?
You gotta keep that with people.
Okay. Investigation check.
What are you looking for?
Creed didn't leave any
Just if there's
weapons
any
on
sort
him,
of
like
indication,
his-
like on the
his
desk
swords,
of like,
you
like
know.
writing
His-
a letter.
he
Yeah,
has
okay.
one sword.
You got a letter.
He has one sword and one
Yeah,
a
two,
javelin.
one with a ring and the other one.
Well, the ring one, yeah, was just the ring, but then he has the 9
That's
lives.
a 14.
14. Yeah, looking around, it looks, you don't see anything that seems to be a clue of where they may have gone, but it definitely seems to be a very used desk.
Okay.
Should we gather up anything important?
I'm grabbing the, I'm going to grab the pistols.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess anything else in this room of that is his possession, so we would know, like, do you leave a bag around?
We do
Yeah,
have-
does he have Zach holding anyone?
The bag of holding is always strapped to him. He doesn't take that off.
So
It's
it's
part of
just
his armor.
basically just the
Okay.
pistols were left.
Everything else is, I mean, you guys know he's like the Tony Stark of this world. Everything is like built into his armor. So his rifle just, his rings, yeah.
I mean, I only have one
His pistol's the only thing
pistol,
she's been
so
like
it's,
working on.
No.
See where he's at.
Well,
Actually,
yeah.
I can,
I could,
No,
oh, you're gonna
We
describe
could-
it?
We're thinking.
I don't have to do that. I could just do sending.
Oh, yeah, do something. Let's save.
I guess obviously, yeah. Yeah, that's the big bring you back from death spell slot.
Yeah, we like that.
That I can use. Yeah, I'm just gonna send, I guess, a message or do sending to him. See here.
Hey, man, where you at?
No, I was gonna say, I was gonna start off with like, is Creed with you?
Where are
Where are
you?
you guys?
Yeah.
Because that answers where Creed is.
Yeah.
Is Creed with you? Where are you? Where are you guys? Are you safe? Did you use the book to go to Mezgul's plane? And why did
You left your pistols.
you left your pistols? Why?
Why you need pistols?
Question mark?
Why you do
Exclamation
Question mark shrug.
Asterisk shrugging.
Black women for diversity. Important.
1 second.
Is he trying to find Liam? Help you out?
Liam?
It's kind of bad for him to try to go guns blazing without guns.
Yeah. And only go them two. We can maybe help. Semi.
I mean, it's-
I know Mezcal's like really big and scary.
I mean, we're about to have somebody else enter into the group, and they just like, bye. You know, that's not good.
Weird.
You do not get a response back.
Oh my god.
They're dead.
They can't be dead.
I'm getting the specifics of that because
How do you know?
Something tells me that they'll be back in 2 weeks.
do you happen to read?
Do you know something you're not telling?
Can I read the specifics and then there might be something for a clue? To that? So I'm trying to think. Sending does transfer through realms. But I will say, that's all. I'm not getting anything from them. They didn't respond back.
Did you send it specifically to Simon?
I sent it to Silence. I could do another one to Creed, but again, I don't know if it will really help.
Right. I'm sure they could get it somewhere.
To know if it's to Creed, I think Silence is a lot more apt to answer certain things, especially in that realm of expertise. I mean, again, I don't know why he's using the book. Like, we know that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere they could be where sending wouldn't work?
That's what I'm trying to do the specific.
Oh, shit. Maybe we go back to.
Here's the master mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's the guy to the mess.
Well, we don't know if, I guess, I don't know if our characters know if they went.
Oh, okay. You can send a message across any distance, and even though other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance the message won't make it. So
5% that it won't make it?
that it doesn't arrive.
I mean, but that's only 5%.
Right, which is why I'm gonna ask, like, well, he's the DM, so.
Right, but
he
it's
can
still a
send
good
some right now.
chance,
He-
yeah.
It didn't make it, or they just they don't have the ability to respond. They could be unconscious, then they wouldn't be able to respond.
They could be unconscious. They could be sleeping. Wait, I swear.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
I don't know.
Well, in order to get to the other plane from here, he has to write down the sigils on the ground. Did have the sigils burnt up previously, like they went away? Was it,
That's how we see it.
They seem to disappear after it's been cast.
Okay.
It seems to burn into whatever material that you've seen, and it seems to disappear shortly
I'll
after.
take 10 minutes to concentrate and do detect magic. To see if I can see, like, maybe the sigils left a scar or something to know that's the thing. Maybe we're just going crazy and they're just passed out. Somebody stole them in this existence. So 11 minutes.
He sits down, puts some skulls around him. What about you guys? Well,
Is there any sign that like someone came in here or maybe took them away?
Investigation.
I'm gonna do an investigation as well.
Yeah.
You can help him. Don't do too
I was
sides.
saying, is there like a
Okay.
window? See
Do you have a better investigation?
Let me see.
Well,
Let's
just
give him a plus 0.
I have +2.
Okay, so I'm assuming you want to do it.
Yeah,
So you and Benjamin both start looking around, so you'll have advantage on this check.
I will.
Mhm.
Yay. Okay, so that's an 18. 18.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys start looking around, and as you start to look through the different context clues of this mysterious disappearance, you notice that there's the slightest kind of scratch mark next to the bed that seems to be possibly made by a talent of Kree. Almost like he was being drugged and he tried to stop himself. Other than that, it seems like a pretty clean room.
I'm not gonna go touch the scratch like they do.
Yeah.
What they do.
Someone was some Creep's drug.
Can I like step outside of the room to see if there's any of the similar scratches like on the door or like in the door?
Is there a window in the room? Okay.
Yeah, so like right outside the door, like on the floor, like on the walls, like is there anything like that? No
Blood.
scratches?
No, you're really able to just see that one scratch.
Okay.
It's not the biggest clue either.
We don't, so it looks specifically like he was being like dragged somewhere based on that comment. It's like, okay, because I was thinking like, I don't know if it's like the Silex and Creek could have gotten into a fight and like, I don't know, like maybe they're mad at each other or something.
Who
It's hard to
is,
tell.
who's the, can I go talk to an innkeeper or an employee?
Yeah, so
Like who was working last night?
so you know that Ombre has been very adamant about the staff here, but she is not around at the moment. You do know that there is the like bartender who's been kind of doing it all. He's been delivering food to you at the tables, delivering drinks, taking orders, and he's down there. He
Okay.
just looks like a standard kind of halfling man.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Is anyone else going in there?
I'll go with.
I'll go with it.
Just let me know after 10 minutes of my thing.
Yeah, I'll stay in the
Okay.
room.
Yeah, so a few minutes go by, you guys go downstairs, you go back, the man working behind the bar, again, he's kind of a halfling, so you can't really see him until you get over. But he sees you, and upon like looking up, you know his name is Everett, because you guys have been talking with him. The first thing he does as soon as he sees you is he gives you a bill. You guys have been there all morning. And as you take the piece of parchment without him saying anything, you look at it and it doesn't look like the standard bills that you've been receiving, mainly because Ombre's been paying for your shit. But it still looks a bit odd. As you guys look at it, it seems to be kind of a mixture of like Dwarvish and Celtic writing with different inscriptions on it. As you look into it a little bit further, hold on, I'm going to send you what it looks like. Just so you can get an idea.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's in the Morrowgast chat.
Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty, Everett.
It says Dwarvish.
It's a mixture of Dwarvish and like kind of Celtic runes. So when you first get it, it just looks like a blank piece of paper, and then as he turns to walk away, he just taps it with his finger, and that's when you see this kind of light up into these different rooms, and it's odd. You feel like you can slightly understand it, but it seems difficult to get your head around.
Everett,
He has walked away.
I'm gonna yell. Everett. He's just not responding at all. I'm gonna chase him.
Behind the bar?
I'm just gonna step behind and be like, hey,
Yeah,
this
surprise
is,
death, man.
excuse me. Everett.
Everett. Okay. Cody?
I think I would be. Do I need to like stealth? Like, what do I need? Because I would have left by this.
Yeah,
time.
that's what I figured. You touch it and then walk away and like go behind.
Okay.
Leave.
I need to get my dice roll hand.
You don't need that hand. That hand is for nothing but pets.
I got trails.
Oh,
He's been making like these little like sounds.
Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely delightful.
chicken, he's really going.
Excuse me, I'm gonna chase him then. If he's walking away and booking it, I'm gonna like, hey, you can't just hand me something that looks like this and walk away.
20 for a stealth check.
What?
He just
Disappears.
That's some bullshit.
As you
He's
look,
blinking, he's gone.
you look at it and it's like fucking with your head because you don't understand it, but you feel like you can read it. And after a few moments, these characters start to shift on the page from these unidentifiable runes to letters that you can read, almost like an elven script. And it says, I saw them take your friends. If you want any chance of finding them, find me in the shed out back. And after you've conceptualized what it reads, it goes back to that dwarvish and then it goes blank again.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll turn to two of them because they followed me and say, follow me.
Okay. You guys start following. Around this time, your identify
Well, detect magic.
ritual completes. You do not detect the rooms that were used previously, not runes, but the teleportation circle. You don't
Right.
detect that. You do detect that. Obviously, it's Silex. There's magic just dripping in this room.
From the walls.
Yeah. You can tell he was tinkering and messing with the pistols. Like when she holds it, like it's kind of glowing a slight hum of magical arcane energy.
Gather the skull.
Well, they didn't use the circle. There's nothing here. I mean, the only thing magical are the pistols.
Okay.
Not a lot of magic there, so he must be messing with those pretty heavily, but I don't see anything here. Where'd everybody else go?
I think that Sage may have gone downstairs to discuss with the innkeeper.
Ah,
I'm not sure. Guess we should go down.
I guess we should see what's happening.
All right.
Cool,
Sure.
Grandpa.
I think I would have like, whenever she told us what the note said, I would have probably ran up to tell you guys where we're going. And then, because I know we're going to the shed, so I'll run up there and I'll tell them. So as they're coming down, then
Okay.
meet me and I'll tell them, hey, we know someone who might know where they are. Follow
Okay.
me, and I'm gonna lead them to the shed.
Yeah, so after a few moments of you guys trying to figure out this circle and you finally finish up the detect magic ritual, Benji comes running up on all fours, to get to the top. And through his lispy tabaxi mouth, I'm giving you a lisp now. He said he tells you, yeah, he tells you that he saw the encounter down below, so he fills you in on what happened downstairs.
Perfect.
Well, we know they didn't use the circle now for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So where are we going?
We're going to the shed out back. There's a shed out back.
Okay.
I
That's
probably-
what the note said.
I probably would not have been, I assume I'm just still going to the shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you guys walk down, you do remember that there's a few different like kind of makeshift outhouses, rudimentary kind of storage sheds in the back. So there's a few out here.
Okay.
As you start kind of going through and opening a few of the doors, kind of look inside, don't see anything, look inside, don't see anything. Then you finally come to a door where you do open, and standing inside is the halfling that you were chasing.
Hello.
Right, so you got the letter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You wanna tell me what's going on?
Well, there's more of you, right?
Yeah, I think,
We should just wait. Until you all get there.
I guess I'm slightly confused. They
Sage is
gave
gonna
her,
stand there like,
they gave her a thing and then told them to be, why couldn't we just talk?
There's more
inside
to
the
this
bar?
than
That's
she
what it's
I don't know, but we can move.
Yep, so you guys get downstairs, you go outside, you see the like freshly opened doors of all these different sheds. And then you see like kind of a few people with their backs to you looking inside of a shed, obviously recognize, the rest of your party, and you make your way there. And you guys see the same thing. You see the halfling bartender that's been tending to you guys the past couple of days.
Well, I found out they didn't use the circle, but it seems you guys were more benefit. Yeah.
yes, well, I think we're about to find out what happened because our friend here is going to explain what's happening, but.
So you all see this halfling man, he has like kind of bushy hair, kind of like big stubby nose, he's kind of wearing like green tunic and jacket, like almost like where his chest would be, there's like an orange sash with like in a top and all like kind of buckle, and he's just got like the fucking hairiest bare feet you've ever seen. And he's like, right, so hello, my name's Everett, nice to meet you all.
I've been
Well,
talking to
yeah,
him,
you-
I feel terrible.
So
Why didn't you respond?
I've got a bit of bad news for you. Your friends, the bird man and the human man, some bad people just took them in the middle of the night.
Just what bad
What is
people?
that?
Well, there's a lot more to this, but I know where they're taking.
Where they take.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's start with where and then let's go with who.
As I get my notes out. They're taking them to Vinovia.
Why?
What's in Vinovia?
So, do you want the long story?
We want to know all the details.
Well, here's what I know. They're bad men. They take people and put them through hell, through all sorts of just bad situations, especially hard people. And I think your friend and his friend were targeted because of who he was. There's a really bad man. His name is. No fucking name. Hold on.
You're right, take your time. This isn't urgent at all or anything. You're fine.
Honestly, my
He's living your
emergence,
dream.
my emergence fucking rude now.
I do know that they call him the Jack. That's what I do know. I'll give you the actual name of the person here in a bit.
I can help. It's Master Sinduin.
Thank you. That's what it was.
Master Cindy?
Sinduin.
Sinduin. There was a man named Master Sinduin from Vinovia, and he captures people. It's a little fun hobby of his, and it's not great.
Is it the fighting pits?
Have we heard this name?
We've heard this from.
You haven't heard this name, but you've heard rumors of in Crete they capture Eric
Yeah.
to force
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
We know about the fighting
I was
pits.
gonna say, we know that Cree has to keep low profile on most occasions. He's admitted as such that if he, is seen, some people desire capturing his people.
And that's what the good master wanted, was another plaything.
Why would they take silence as well?
Beats me.
Well,
Because silence doesn't look like
Maybe
how
they're
they
used
used
to, maybe they're using Silex, they probably don't care who he is, they're probably using him.
What's
I'm
just another
guessing.
slave?
Or it as a way to keep Kree in line.
well, if you walk into a room, there's two people and you're kidnapping one, your options are either kill the other person you didn't care about, or kidnap them and hope they work together to, yes, keep each other in line. Stay calm, I hurt the other person. It's a very common tactic. Inside them, just because I want to see if it feels good. That is 23.
Rolling forward.
I don't know. You don't know.
I mean, it could be contested however. you want.
21.
23.
Your
+8.
your kind of read on him seems like he seems like he's telling you mostly truths.
So I'll be honest and upfront with you. There's a lot of things I'm doing to protect myself. So I need to know that this information I'm giving you is very privileged information, and I need to keep my wits about me.
Do you work with them?
Say that.
So,
Contractor.
so how do you work with them?
I'm a mason.
Okay.
I work with stone.
What do you create out of stone for them?
I'm a builder. I build things. I make structures. I might have built his fortress that he lives in, Master Sinduin.
Okay.
Did you know he was gonna come here to get our friend when we came here?
No, this was all years ago, but I just know that he likes to make a habit of finding people for his own trades and hobbies and gallivanting the
So you're
city.
just gonna like lean in and say, you help him find people?
And then you'll see there's a lack of focus on like the visage of this halfling for like a split moment as he gets very angry and frustrated at that question you just asked. He's like, I would never fucking help that man in a million years.
Okay.
Can you help us get our friends back?
I hope to, if you can help me.
What do you need?
I need him to be taken down.
Hmm.
He's
They've
stolen,
taken our friend, I think.
And
we
he's
help with
gonna-
that.
he's stolen my inspiration and I need it back.
So you built this fortress, so you can help us get inside.
They know a way in.
Oh.
But here's the deal, you don't mention any of this to anyone. I've taken a big risk by being here and showing one of my faces to you. And then he's just gonna tap his nose and he's gonna turn into like this very short elf. Because he can't really do much with his ability to do so, but it's gonna be like this very beautiful, like kind of jaunt face, green themed kind of elf, and then he's gonna tap his nose again, and it looks like a female version of that. He's gonna tap his nose again, he's gonna look like a short human, and he's gonna go back to being the halfling.
Would we recognize this as like a basic illusion that you have
Oh,
ability to do?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't see him, but so
Actually, a lot of you guys would recognize that Arathian did a similar trick when he found that hat.
that's just
Hmm.
which I think is which
Remember the guy?
no, still.
The squirrel has it. Yeah,
I don't know why we let a squirrel take our fucking head instead.
you guys left his body.
Yeah.
Because you left his body.
Take two bodies.
That was my fiance. All right, now
Oh, we didn't actually do the ceremony. Oh.
Yeah,
that's Mr. Squirrel to you. All right.
I heard a little bit.
Our old friends.
I heard a little bit about this squirrel.
I would like to say, it's, new experience for your character. I don't know if you've ever talked to a zombie before. But yeah, you get like
I'm sorry, what?
you get like a rural undertone of a brain, being direct message to you. But so did you see them in the act and stand by, or did you hear these names were on a list? Why would they go after Cree other than being an Aerocopter?
To be honest, it was early in the morning, and I track his men from a distance. I don't ever engage.
I
But
would
I saw the
assume
opportunity to look like a group of people who.
I would assume there's some guards here. Why wasn't this, no, you didn't alert anybody, or?
I just thought I'd come to you first. Seems like it's your people. It deserves you to honor first contact.
I don't fault you for being safe, I guess.
Well, we're clearly going to go after them. It may be worth at some point having a conversation, however, because considering this establishment was just newly acquired by Umbridge, he probably is going to want to know that people are being kidnapped out here. So in full transparency to you, this may not be information we can keep from her.
If I'm being honest, I'm sure Omri deals in kidnapping yourself.
Maybe.
You
I don't know if I
hired her to do it.
You
guys have literally hired her to do it before.
That's true.
I will,
But
s-
it's gonna be different if it's like people coming on their
yeah,
first
I will-
work and doing.
I will say that obviously she wouldn't have had Cree or Silex kidnapped because she knows that, they are with us.
I think she likes us.
She likes him.
She likes Cree. Doesn't like Silex as much. She likes Cree.
That's definitely like a warrior v warrior vibe. You probably like.
They give handshakes like this, you know?
Strength and honor.
So I'm just throwing that out there, that at some point that may be the person that we have to tell, but as of now, we can keep this between us.
How long does it take us to get to where his
Yeah,
place
how
is?
long does it take to get to Vinovia from here?
Yeah, how long does it take to get to Vinovia from here?
I mean, they can't,
A
they
couple
couldn't,
weeks.
they couldn't have made it to Vinovia by now, yeah.
Well, it's
Traveling by
the
foot.
southern part of
Guys, we
the
don't have a boat.
Traveling by foot, it's inland. So if
Yeah.
you had a boat, it would not save you too much time, but traveling by foot from Reckon Oasis to Vinovia would take you about 2 to 3 weeks.
Is it on the map?
Yeah,
Oh,
from the southern.
It's the capital.
It's the capital of
Freedom
Crete.
Park.
oh, okay.
Do you think that
I
we should,
see it in my head. And I'm like,
do you think that we should scribe and see, sorry,
no, my
where
problem.
he's at?
I can if you want to.
Well, I don't know how much that's gonna help, I just want to
He's
see what everyone else
unconscious.
thought.
Scrying allows me to see him regardless.
Oh.
Yeah, and so then we know like how far has he gotten from here, because if this just happened this morning, can't be that far away.
We can try that.
I mean, I'm not gonna get it, like, I will say, if anybody's ever done scrying before, I can't get a great idea. I mean, I get to see
where?
Silex, but I don't get to see a lot of the surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I might get brief glimpses, but I'm not familiar with this part of the world. Never been over here, so.
I'll
any
tell you
information I
off
get-
right, they're probably just going by cart.
Right,
We need to get
Is
it.
there like a main road that they would take?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. This is probably the main highway to get there.
Do you have a card?
No.
You know, we
you gotta find somebody who
Yeah,
has
just where
horses.
we can- yeah, or horses, do you know?
I generally walk on foot.
Can't carry your
I
money.
don't have enough time to walk by foot to the road.
No, and we can't catch up with them.
How well do you
I can
guys
fly,
ride?
I can fly.
Can all you guys ride horses? I mean, that's kind of the question too.
Well,
You
I
can
won't, I
fly.
don't need one, so,
She can fly.
yeah.
I can turn into a horse.
You can fucking.
I can run really fast.
Oh, you see her, she has wings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And 6 fingers.
Here.
Sorry, I just noticed the wings.
And I have asshole tattooed on my face. Like,
These are the people
like
you hired to help you out.
I think I'm regretting my choice now. Selection of people to help.
She has horns. He's a cat.
That's fine. That's fine.
She's the most
No,
beautiful
based on-
person I've
yeah,
ever seen.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's the most beautiful.
She's
person.
unrealistically
She-
attractive.
You're
She is-
fine. You're
she's
good. You're good.
absolutely attractive. And then Zaris up there on the screen is just this behemoth warrior looking guy who you don't want to see in an alley.
Loincloth, big axe.
Yeah.
The other option,
Loves his god, you know, all kinds of things.
if they take the cart, and well, I don't want to be seen, I think that would give them a heads up, but if they have the cart, I don't mind flying ahead too and seeing how far away they are, getting high up enough.
Individuals on horses are gonna be faster than those in the cart, so if we go now, we might be able to catch up to them. I mean,
Alright.
how late is it? I mean, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it's like first.
So
How-
around what time?
Around what time did I see it happen? Was it like last night?
We'll a history check or straight intelligence check. See if you can remember the time of day or night.
19.
19. Yeah, you know it was shortly after they went to bed.
Hmm?
It was
Fuck,
shortly
that's
after
like
they went
10
upstairs. last
fucking
night.
hours.
So it was probably around like
You
10,
actually
11,
saw
maybe 9.
with that roll. You actually remember. So as he said, he's been tracking a couple of the Jackal's thugs all the way here because he knew this would inevitably happen. You know the two that did this. You know, one is a human named Melbourne.
Melbourne.
The other is also a human named Abathy.
Melbourne was the human and Abathy was what?
They're both human.
It's a male, female?
Both
Oh,
men.
both male.
They walk around essentially like rangers, cloaked. We followed them here a few days ago. They've been in the town, kind of stalking your Aarakocra friend.
You didn't even notice?
You guys
We were
have
on turtles.
been, you guys have been extremely inebriated every time you've been in this. You have not been sober at all since you've been here.
Maybe we need to check on our drinking habits.
If you remember right,
This is a wake-up call.
Cree actually came up after Rain had already started drinking the first night, and she was
Yeah, that's
literally she described herself as being on the bar top.
Man.
That was a really nice vendor. I saw it all from the
Yeah.
tavern last night.
Yeah.
How we remember
I thought about that too. When you guys were all tripping balls, I'm like, let's not have another weird Derek situation. And I thought about it, can I look around, who's all in this place, anybody staring at us? Because you got like 5 people just,
Tripping out.
meanwhile, there's a bird in a snowy, shifting body mass trying to keep these people corralled. We caused the scene for sure.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I wanna go.
Well, I'm just gonna
We need horses.
I'm gonna go
Let's
to
find horses.
find a livery.
How much horses are gonna be?
Renting
We don't have a
horses.
bag of holdings.
Oh
so
my
have-
God.
We don't have the money. He's
I
got all
have,
of it.
I have some
No, I
money.
have my money.
I just recently acquired
I'm
672.
guessing horses are gonna be expensive though, so.
I have.
Well, let's go ask and we'll.
Yeah,
we'll go
right.
They
over
would
it.
make a
How
bargain.
much money do you have?
I think I have 15. I still have all my money from.
I have
I think,
1900.
yeah.
So
So
about 500.
How much money do I have? Does anyone know? I don't know.
672.
Let's roll for it.
That's something I never thought to think of. My stacked from that expression.
You're a good bartender.
Let's just say I rolled a D100 and I was gonna say how many thousands and I rolled in the 90s.
Oh,
What's
shit.
it, 9,300. Roll a 93.
Dang.
You banking.
You bacon.
As an indie? Good lord.
He's not an MP.
He's a private contractor.
I mean, I was taking all the
Yeah.
tips, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you guys were tipping very nice and drunk last night.
I mean, you're a
That's all I'm
private
saying.
contractor, so it makes sense. to you.
I have a base of holding.
He's also,
Gotta wait until taxes come for him.
yeah, we'll also say that he's employed by Ombre now, so money is always nice in a Ombre establishment.
Well, I've got
Alright, so-
700.
She thought he was employed by her.
I've got about 750 with
I
his
think-
Cyrus's money.
I think we'll be fine. I think we can acquire some horses based off of that.
Okay,
Livery.
so you guys make your way up to the top part of the town again. You already went and got your cape and everything, right?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You got your knuckles. Nothing else you guys need to do in this town?
I would imagine we probably need to be pretty quick, so
I don't think so.
like we're trying to shave time off here.
Okay.
So.
You guys make your way up to the top of the town, kind of where you guys originally walked through. And you notice that the diplomat is no longer parked and anchored, I would say, where it was.
Just leaving
Well,
it.
she informed me last night she was gonna leave sometime today, but something has come up. I didn't get a chance to tell you.
She did say that.
You have a ship?
My daughter owns a vessel.
That's cool.
You've met on. You've met her.
Oh, is this your daughter? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the one who's been paying you as the barkeep.
Oh. Oh, yeah, Ombre.
Big hat,
Yeah, big hat.
Big green
deadly,
hat.
deadly swords.
Deadly swords, yeah, she's
Yeah,
fierce in combat.
always followed around by a few Goliaths.
Yeah.
It's always a bunch of big men following her.
Yeah,
Like a
that's how she rolls.
Sounds like a video you shouldn't be able to watch on a work.
Yeah.
computer.
Henri and like 5 guys.
swords, dudes. There's a boat.
Empty room.
It's horrible. So yeah, you guys make your way back up to the top where the diplomat is usually stationed, or you have seen recently. Is that too spicy for you, Mandy? Is that the face you
It's a
just
little
made?
spicy.
They're the sweet chili ones.
Yeah, really, it's got fire on it. Give me a break. Shut up, Zaris.
Okay, so yeah, you guys make your way up. There is a few stables. You guys, as you're walking up, you see a few horses. You count a total of 3.
Well, I'm okay, I can try to work.
Okay.
Or bird.
Or bird, either one. I got options.
There's an elder gentleman kind of tending to one of the like saddles, seems to be
I need to run our business.
brushing it and oiling the leather on one of the saddles. As you guys walk up, he kind of looks back at you and he kind of looks back and continue what he's doing, but kind of giving you a look to see if you're a passerby or coming to talk to him.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh. We're in the market for some horses. We need fast ones, strong ones. At least 4.
Oh,
What?
He only has three.
And he nervously looks back.
Maybe he has one in the back.
He looks back and he says, I don't really have any horses for sale at the moment.
Do you rent these horses out?
These are my horses.
Can we pay you to borrow them?
Where would you be taking them, darling?
A day trip.
No,
Towards.
it's not that bad.
To where? Where would they be going? These are my babies.
Oh, Jesus, not so bad.
If I may ask, how much money do you make with these horses? Like, let's say per day or per week?
They're not for profit, they're my pets.
Oh,
I don't use them to make money, I use them
French.
as friends and
Do you know,
family.
do you know of anyone around here that does sell or rent horses that are not pets?
He looks a little scared of you at first when you start talking. He's like, huh? Well,
With horns.
yeah, he may be a little racist.
That's all right.
Well, we are
Like-
talking
He hides it. He like puts his hand over his like coin purse. He's like, well, maybe in the mountains. Maybe, I don't know.
How much would you take for these horses?
Hmm,
about-
to buy.
To rent.
Everybody has a price.
Truer words than words spoken.
Well,
As your giant sack of gold is dragging around.
You know, I'm surprised we don't see as quickly.
Yeah.
well, I don't think I'd want to get rid of them. Where are you going?
We're headed towards Vinovia.
That's a lot longer than a day trip.
We're not making it to
We're not
Vinovia,
going all
we're
the way
just
to Vinovia.
going towards, we're trying to meet up with a couple of our friends who are already headed that way.
And
Oh.
bring them back.
Oh. Well, I'll look back again, contemplate. I need, guess you've been kind of the front man to make a persuasion check.
I say we could also maybe have him come along with us to reassure the horses when,
That's a hell of a liability.
We could just.
We
kill
only
them,
have
make
3
the
horses.
if he dies.
You
he
definitely
dies.
need one.
I'm
Ah,
sorry.
you're slow, it's
13.
not bad.
I get that.
Those joints will move and-
We'll pay you very
As a
well.
fellow wood player, I get that.
Well, I think, I do appreciate your money.
Stop.
It goes a long way in this town. Recently, we haven't had as much commerce with the war, but I don't think I would rent or sell any of my horses to you, good friend. I'm sorry.
Would you travel with us?
I'm old. I don't travel very far, Frank.
I'm dead. I don't travel very fast anywhere, which is why we need the horses.
You've suddenly made me very uncomfortable.
Oh shit, what did I get myself into?
We're about to have 2 old guys yelling at cloud situation. Like,
What?
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you say.
So we should-
Sorry, so want to intimidate somebody here?
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't, I was trying to see if y'all wanted to do it that way. I mean, I can.
No, I don't.
You guys see Zaris and his like packed weapon just slowly starting
Yeah,
to.
Benjamin's doing the same thing, he has his daggers out.
He's like,
Throwing
Put him away.
No old man can say that other places
Shadow,
get horses
shadow.
they don't.
You're just practicing.
Would I know
Isn't me.
any clan members out there?
Yeah,
That's
would,
all.
would I either, because
I would.
I would, okay, do I remember anyone that would be able to sell or rent horses?
Not sell or rent, but you know where horses may be.
I was gonna say, do your
How
people
far away
have
is
You
it?
can't
horses?
steal the horses, I think.
It's a few miles north, within the mountains.
Do your people have horses, like
I do know of horses there,
horse riders in the mountains?
yes.
The Rohirrim.
No, I don't know of any, I don't know of
Maybe
any,
they ride goats. I'm being serious.
no.
There are war goats.
A riding goat would be amazing.
They don't ride goats in Cadell.
So wait, you.
I know of horses, but I don't know of any specific place that rents or sells them, but it's worth a
Are they
try.
just like free?
It's like, you're saying like wild horses?
I can
You
talk
know,
to
horses
her.
are-
Like, we could.
We're gonna
Without
ride
ownership.
Wild horses.
We're gonna have
We can
train
talk to
them.
them, that's fine, we'll talk to them.
Yeah, we'll talk, they'll talk to the horses, it's
Oh,
fine.
shit.
You can
Okay.
talk to the horses.
I got some cool things.
In fact, why don't I fly ahead to go try and find these horses? So, you wanna go with it?
So we're
You can
not
also
gonna,
fly.
we're gonna kill this guy?
No, we're not killing this
What?
guy.
Fine.
Please don't.
Yeah,
I guess to show it was really-
or you can turn into a horse and then.
His dagger was out.
Benson
That way-
hasn't killed
that way
anyone in a
we
while, so
turn-
it's
He's
kind of
really
like.
on edge.
Yeah, that way if
I'm
it
just
turns into a
looking to
horse and you go this, then you
That's
can
my
communicate
future
a
honor.
horse, and she
Oh.
can then call the horse if she needs to,
Roberto, too, yeah.
without you having to go
Come on,
bird
man,
and
you
then a
just did
horse. I think you just go horse.
Yeah.
Great. So how many do we need?
We need
One,
4.
You can put 2 people on a horse.
4.
I was gonna say, but 2 people
Well, I'm
on a
pretty
horse,
light. I could
he doesn't
probably
need a
ride
horse.
I could ride on the back of one.
Okay, so we
Just
need
I could ride.
3.
I can
Horse
also
without
fly
riding.
for a bit, if that can help.
You're
Horse ride,
tiny.
yeah.
I can fly for a bit.
I could just hop on the back.
Yeah, 1,
Well, it depends on the size of the horse too.
Mike,
and if y'all wanna, you can fly,
Is he with you right
you
now?
can fly.
Yeah,
I'll sit
So we
with-
need 2, we need 2 at the least.
I'm gonna try and go for 3 or 4 so that.
That's
people
great.
Can have their own and then like this. Oh, shit.
Damn it.
He's also
We
huge.
need 3,
Can I
He
get
needs his
a,
own.
we need
He's
3.
a
I
fucking-
think we need.
can I get a white horse? Can I-
Shut up, Benjamin.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
we go together.
Hey,
I just said if there's a white horse, grab that.
we're out of
I'm
stock,
getting
we're out of
these
stock on
outfits.
white.
There's a
can't
white
be picky
horse
here,
in
but-
the old man's possession.
Oh, God. Put the dagger.
Quit
away.
trying to make him tell this old man. All right, you guys can
He's
ride together.
guy.
We can ride together. Zaris, you get your own horse.
I'd say we worry about it when we get the horse.
All right, we're going. We're gonna go look for horses. Where do I need to go, Mishra?
You need to go up the mountains and you'll get to this village with this.
Would it help if you just went with them?
Can you carry me?
No, your strength is not.
I'll
Oh, I don't think
reach-
so.
Hold on.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I can ride her, she's a horse.
And
If I
I'll,
can't show horse, can I carry
How
her?
many times can you wild shape per day?
And for how long?
It might be 3 now that
2
we've
or 3.
leveled up.
Okay.
Let me look.
Yeah, you can.
We get 2.
Because she's gonna wild shape into a horse and I guess I'll ride the horse up there.
never mind.
Okay.
Let me see, Mandy.
They have a +2
I
on
do
my.
like that.
Are you back to being the halfling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not showing my face yet. But I'll say, you know, if you wanna ride her, you can. If you wanna fly, I can just let you fly.
Mandy,
Uh,
For a little bit of time, at least.
I can turn you into something to fly to if you would like.
fine.
So,
Polymorph?
yeah, so that we can work our way up there, but I think at this point, we're kind of running out of time, so I think we need to.
All right,
We're just gonna wait.
I'm ready.
So what are we doing?
All right,
Who's this old guy?
how long?
Turn me into something.
While they go,
I'm gonna turn you into a mosquito.
honestly, while they go, I'm just gonna ask him like all the information we can get from who this guy is, like why we take these people and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the discussion, so we can learn more about him, like.
I don't know if I can click polymorph, I don't, so this is the problem.
What's the problem?
For an
Having
hour,
loved ones for you to
fly
slide
up for only an hour.
Yeah, it's only for an hour, we would have to like
I
book
can let
it.
you fly for 4
And
hours.
the intelligence doesn't go on.
Oh,
so-
yeah, do you have, who
So
has?
she would have to like.
Again, I can ride
In
You
the
can
grand-
rain.
in the grand
Oh,
scheme of
that's true.
things, I
Okay,
think waste
fine.
too much.
Because
on
she's gonna be a
that.
horse.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Let's do that then. Okay, so you turn into a
Did you
horse and I'll
describe?
fly alongside you
You didn't
guys.
scribe, right?
No,
I didn't scribe because I didn't know if we're
we
like,
took this out of it.
That's
Because
fine.
we
I
can't
just wanted to
really
make sure that I
see-
didn't miss that, because I know you talked about it.
well, it comes down to like, you know, like you've seen, obviously Matt when he does scribes, he does like the whoosh and thing, it kind of gives you a little idea what they have. So I didn't know if, on my previous scribes, which I've done before,
Yes.
do I get to see at least a little bit of their surroundings to some degree? Okay,
you've done that.
Well-
did it on Mafia.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah, I got the snow, so I just wanted to make sure. Listen, before we, do we really want to know where he's at, because I can probably see a little bit. I can just do it.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I just stand there and zone out.
Do we want to wait while he scribes or do we want to go ahead and leave and then they?
Probably need
I
a
think just go
minute.
ahead and leave.
We need to go, yeah, so.
So we'll just say that you started scribing as soon as we.
Oh, yeah.
Are you casting it as a ritual or?
Yeah, I was thinking I can do that as a ritual
Yeah.
to save myself some slot, I think.
So it's a tag here, right?
No, scrying I don't think is, no, it doesn't have a ritual
No,
ability.
it's just 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
I just knew it took like 10 minutes and I didn't know if that was me like using it before as a ritual that took 10 minutes or if it's just like casting time.
No.
But yeah, you
You have to burn that
Oh, it
stuff.
does take 10 minutes to cast it.
it does, and then you'll need
If I put that said,
something worth 1,000.
it's something worth 1,000, which is a problem. No, it's scrying, a hardcore component like that. But if somebody wants to be real generous, how did they scry so often? There's no way they could have scried so often in Critical Role if it cost them 1,000 times.
I don't know. How did they do it so often? They did it as kind of like a more like a defensive, like they were being scried on and noticing it more than anything.
Question. So I see that he's trying to do some sort of like a spell and he doesn't have the thing he needs.
Oh, it's only one-time cost. Because I get it and then I can
Yeah.
use that as a focus. It's not
Yeah,
like a
It's
permanent
just, it's
thing.
a focus you
Yeah,
gotta give that.
so that makes more sense.
I have a like a specific feature, a class feature that I can do to make something useful for like something he would need in like 10 minutes. Is that something I could do?
Not because it has a dollar amount.
Cool. Okay.
If it was just something like like a copper wire for sending or something like that, sure, but not because it needs a specific.
A bit more bigger than that. Okay.
This is the only time I require anything is when there's a dollar amount.
That's why I'm just buying those diamonds and stuff.
So yeah, you can create something, you can actually, create like one of your skulls out of like, if you find, and this is later, if you find someone who can like create like a skull out of like crystal or
Yeah,
diamond or
yes.
something, you just use that, kind of a cool thing.
Damn.
He's like, or stone. But it's gotta be worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Actually, I'm thinking,
He's got
I'm thinking
9,300.
I'll find somebody to make me a skull out of like bone.
Okay.
Like I want to literally have a skull of bone made out of, like, it would be bad to have a skull because it's a full size thing. It's weird to drag around.
There was lots of skulls in the tunnel.
True. In fact, if we
You
find
guys aren't
anybody,
very far from it.
but it's not worth 1,000. I have to make it, actually, that's the point, is I had to make it out of something nice. So I'll probably find somebody that can make a really nice one out of like a jewel or something. That'd be dope, like a jade.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't have anything worth 1,000. I do have a lot of diamonds.
All right,
Is that food or something?
and I don't know if he ordered food.
Did you order?
Oh, yeah, like a jade skull. Well, I was like, you know what, I don't, whatever precious,
stone.
whatever precious thing.
I have my African moonstone one, so if you want it, you
You know what,
I think you're focused today.
I do have 3 diamonds that are total to at least 1,000.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna grab them, kind of hold them in my hand and focus through them. Because it doesn't use it up.
No, so you guys put this together. And over the next 10 minutes, you kind of place them in front of you, you sit down, you have your skulls there just for your, focus point. And it takes you about 10 minutes to perform the scry ritual, not ritual, casting time.
Yeah. Yes.
While you're doing that, anyone else still at, I'm assuming, are you guys just out in front of this old man's like hut still?
well, we.
Put some diamonds
Not
on the
us
ground.
three, but like
I really
the
want to buy your
men,
horses,
yeah.
put some diamonds down.
I'm assuming we already
He's
lost.
like,
Yeah,
I don't
we're-
understand. I don't think you should be doing that. That was an actual, are you guys still there? Or what are you doing?
No, us three were, we left.
Yes, I'm talking about
Oh,
the
sorry.
2 of them. Are you doing this in front of the old man?
Oh, I would have peeled off to somewhere like, not a back alley, but somewhere like open. I mean, I guess if that makes any sense. If there's a middle courtyard area.
Sure. I mean, there's lots of woods, like he's on the outskirts of town, so you can just kind of go farther into like the wood area.
Right.
It's totally
And for
fine.
future reference, I actually thought, I want to have somebody at some point in time make basically this, but the eyes are diamonds. That gives it the value. And so that way,
That's
yeah, there you go. We do that.
Is his name gonna be Philip?
That's a good question.
Richard.
Think about that.
Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys find kind of a quiet place. Assume while you're casting this, you can't really be asking questions. You need
No,
to
I
concentrate.
can't, but if you want to do whatever.
But Benjamin, if you want to like ask him any questions about,
I'm sure if you're a
Going-
trained killer, you're like, all right, what's his daily schedule? Do you
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes he's shit.
what kind of traffic, what kind of entrances are in the place that he's gonna take us to? Is good one, like, is it underground?
Yeah, what kind of interesting.
Good question.
Well, the name of the place is Gray
Softball pitch.
Gray Spire.
Spire.
Gray Spire Keep.
Gray Spire Keep.
It's like a full-on just fortress. It's a gigantic building in one of like the main districts of the city. There's a tree that I know of that I've made a little entrance for me and me only to get in and out of. So that's where we're gonna go.
Okay. Does he have a lot of guards?
Yes,
How many?
he's a very big crime boss.
Okay.
He has a lot of guards.
Roughly how many guards?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Between 20.
I
and
just know
40.
that it's very, very guarded.
Usually between 20 and 40 at the fortress itself.
So there's an entrance that only you can get in?
Easy.
Well, it's the only one, I think I'm the only one that knows it.
Hell yeah.
Well, I built the place, I put all sorts of fail safes in.
What is it?
I also know where all the traps are.
Do you know how to get directly to where he would be?
Going into a tree.
Well, he tends to change where people are stayed throughout the pieces of defense. So it's not always like a specific place you can go. We can go check a couple of different holding areas.
Okay.
He does have sand pits that are meditation rings. You're gonna think real hard as I punch you.
Hmm. That's all the question.
Do they have any stopping points along?
Do you have any stopping points?
What?
Do you
Shut
know?
up, you're concentrating.
Like the two guys who are taking.
Yeah, metagaming pigeon. No, basically, like if they're stealing people from everywhere, you have to have like halfway houses or not halfway houses, but halfway.
Would
to
I
where they're going.
know of any halfway houses?
I don't know if you would build something else for them or.
No.
They seem to be pretty headstrong. They don't really seem to rest
Yeah.
as often or as long as you feel the need to.
All right.
They don't really rest as much as I need to.
They're hustling. They're trying to get there quick.
Okay.
They're all
Probably because they're transporting. Well, not that- I need to stop talking.
What's the name of the drug in this world?
The what?
Sprue.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have some.
And
Yeah.
chocolate turtles.
Yeah, there's
Show
chocolate
it every
turtles.
time. You came to the right group.
Oh,
Ooh, oh
I
my.
thought you said like I'm just gonna stop talking. I was like.
Yeah, I know, I was thinking of other like things that we could say when I was commenting, but we're not there, so I'm gonna stop.
Not that. It's not a big deal.
It's fun.
Some basic information.
I mean, that's what I know.
So as you fly into and over the forest, you find that entrance that you guys saw to that circular tunnel into that mountain. It's a little choppy, right? A little turbulence up here as you guys feel the static electricity of the storm above this mountain. It's strangely focally in that area. Doesn't seem to be a widespread storm, just really over that mountain. So make your way past that,
Yeah,
keep going. You guys you see down there, they're kind of trotting along on their horse. And you're starting to see slight cues of civilization. You see the occasional, what looks maybe like a tree house, which reminds you of your home. I'm in the Candor Forest. Every once in a while, you see kind of what looks like maybe a path, or it seems like a very well walked area as you're flying by. Nothing paved, but it definitely looks like something that maybe has been used frequently. There's no signs of people from the air that you see, but after a short while of kind of looking around, we'll say it takes you about 30 minutes or so kind of scoping out the area. You do see a small herd as there's an opening in the brush. You see a small group of stallions, wild stallions running together. There seems to be about 15 or 20 of them.
Perfect. All right.
You guys are a little bit behind.
Okay.
You're on foot, she can fly way faster.
Yeah.
Who brought the rope and saddles?
All right. I'm gonna go ahead
So you
and
just talk to him. He doesn't come.
I guess I should probably
What's
wait
going on,
for you
horse?
guys before I cast Speak with Animals so that we can all convince together.
Yeah, we also got a horse with us, so maybe the horse can convince as
I still
well.
want the horses to be like
Yeah.
Chad.
And obviously,
So I still want the horses to be like Chad. You want to come with us? No thanks.
I imagine that if she is, you know, unrealistically beautiful, that
Well,
she's the most unrealistically beautiful horse as well. These stallions are really gonna like her.
Very clever, but not logic.
That would be so funny.
Darn.
It's the most beautiful horse I've ever seen.
Wow, we'll follow you anywhere. That's what I was
All right,
hoping for.
I'm gonna wait for them to show up.
Alright, speaking
Okay.
along, eventually you guys catch
Go,
up.
go,
Great,
go.
all right, we ready for this?
At the moment, the horses are just kind of
Wait, what are you
grazing.
Okay,
What are you gonna do?
we're gonna talk to the horses and try to convince them to help us.
Okay, they won't understand me, but I'm here for anything that you guys need.
Okay, I can't talk, so.
I don't know, what can I offer them to make them help us? They have no reason to help us.
We.
No, I'm doing anything else right now, so.
I mean, I think.
Yeah, what are they
you're
doing?
gonna
Are
make
they
an
just like
animal handle
eating
check.
or are they just like they're grazing?
They're just
Okay,
grazing,
that's
they
good.
have nothing.
That's
My
great.
schedule is very full of grazing.
Um,
Very important work.
We can promise them, we could probably find them apples and sugar cubes. and Things that are not just grass, we can,
Okay.
I bet the grass in
Have they had
Vinovia
that before? Do
is,
they know?
Oh, you're about to
Pride.
fucking change their
Okay.
lives.
Okay,
The blood of your
So,
firstborn.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm going to walk up with Rain as a
Okay.
horse.
yes.
And say, hello, excuse me.
I may stay back a little bit.
As you guys start to approach,
Maybe.
most of these horses start to scatter instantly.
Wait, hold
And then as you cast this and you say hello, two of them kind of stop, look back at the group, look back at you. The rest of them continue to go back another 25, 30 feet, but these two look at you and stay, kind of looking at each other confused.
Hi, I'm Sage. What's your name?
One of them kind of takes a couple steps towards you, bows its head, says, Annabelle.
Annabelle. That's a beautiful name, Annabelle. What's your friend's name?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. That's a beautiful name too. Annabelle, we have an offer for you.
The horse takes it, drink the beer.
I'm listening. Annabelle, are these your friends behind you, the ones that moved farther away? Your family?
Is that your offer?
No, I'm gonna explain in a second. Is that your family behind you?
No,
Your friends?
they're horses.
Are you not a horse?
I am.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, well, I myself have some
Intelligence
very,
score.
very.
You just do this in the
What'd you say?
Intelligence score of 4, by the way.
My friends are in trouble and we need to get to them fast. And I am wondering if we can offer you lots of rewards and food to help us get, to help us,
Quicksilver kind of nudges. Did you hear that? We can get food.
lots of food, all the food if you just help us for a couple of days. And then we will bring you back here.
What do you need?
We just need to be able to, my friends need to be able to ride you.
It's so barbaric.
My friends are very kind. They're very kind, they're gentle, we're asking you as a favor to help us.
I just imagine they see Xeris. It's just a big ass dude, like, hi.
I'm okay with it if you are. I don't mind being ridden as long as they give me food.
We will give you so much food.
Apples.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because you can speak to them.
I mean,
Actually, yeah, persuasion works.
yeah, from your vantage point, she's like, "I can give you all the food." I'm like,
They're like, "Ooh, I think that sounds positive.
Oh yeah, that's good. 22.
Sweet. Like,
Well,
It doesn't work.
I can't speak for everyone, but food is good.
It is good. It is good. Good food.
Do you have grass where we're going?
We do have grass, yes. And we'll make sure that there are apples and other things too.
What
Have you
is
ever
that?
had an apple before?
Is it on grass?
It's even better than grass.
You're about to fuck this guy's life up. Fuck the apple, he's never gonna go back.
He's never gonna grass.
Okay, we'll come with you.
Okay, any of your other friends want to come with us? We can take a few, or would it just be you and Quicksilver, which is great too?
We're friends.
The other horses, do any of the other horses want to come?
How many do you need?
We need four,
I said
we need four.
I mean, how
What does
many
that
are there?
mean?
There's 5?
I don't know.
So you are two, we need two more.
I think you're just getting these two.
Annabelle, Quicksilver, another horse, another horse.
We'll come with you.
Okay, great.
That's fine.
That's great.
We'll
All right,
have 2 people ride her.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine, that's fine. Okay, come with us and we will come meet my
Leave a
friends.
horse back in the area. That'd be helpful.
That's across the continent.
Yeah, take us a little bit.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
being taken.
Melvin.
Great,
is that his name?
Melvin.
Yeah.
No, but
Thank
really
God
wanted
we
to come
didn't
on
take
it.
him on the ship.
It was a
though.
better
That would've been
conversationalist,
bad.
I'll give you that.
No, he was just sad. These are
forgot
good
Yeah,
actors.
exactly.
Okay, so expedited. Let's.
Expeditious.
Just barebacking it. Sorry.
You were doing that anyway.
I guess I was.
I don't have any.
That's true.
Yeah, her saddle doesn't work.
I
Okay, so after a few minutes, you guys start heading
Actually
back.
changes into a saddle and bridle.
After a short while, your spell fades. You can no longer speak with them, but you get the idea that they're still trying to talk to you.
I'll like
Every once in a while,
grass
Quicksilver
occasionally and like.
kind of looks up at you, flies.
I get grass, like I'll like scoop some up and like hand it off to them occasionally, like on the walk, like you're doing great.
Awesome. Yeah, they're not that grass. We go back. You finish your scrying.
I did, I was doing that.
Yes. You finish your.
I was doing it.
You finish up your scrying, and for a moment, both of you see Zinro, who's been kind of up on his knees, like actively mumbling and casting, and then for a moment, he just falls backward onto the grass, eyes up, motionless.
Does he do this often? Is
I
this a normal-
haven't seen him do this, right?
No, you haven't,
No, you haven't.
you haven't seen Dr. Dead either. That's true.
Zinro,
This is your friend, right? This is-
Zinro, you as you fall backwards and you look up at the sky, your eyes go pale, and then from the sky you come swarming down. You see the cliffs and Oceanside on your right. You come floating down and you see the trees, and there's this path that seems to be a worn, well-used road. You scourge all the way down, and you see not just one or two, but you see a convoy of 15, 20 carts all rowing, and you go down to one that's sort of central. Inside the cart, you see Silex, you see Kree, you see about 4 or 5 other Aarakocra who are all bound. They have tape over their mouth, and they seem to be drugged at the moment and unconscious.
Meta here. Is this the same thing she saw that Tristan saw when we flew over?
No,
No, different group.
no.
Okay.
Kree actually saw them in their own civilization.
All right.
They're like
I don't know if that was
housing
like
in the.
getting banded
Yes.
together there.
The same ones that she saw.
No, I wouldn't know that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I didn't know if this was, they got them all there, we flew over them, and now they're making their way. Anything else?
You're in the cart at this moment, and all of the birds and men in here are completely passed out, unconscious, breathing, but just barely. They don't look hurt. They don't look beaten or bruised, but they are definitely
Chained.
bound, but very much unconscious. And after a short while, you realize that they're just riding along this path, and your scry ends, and you guys see him back open.
I'm like leaning over you like Chris Tucker on Friday. You just see my cat face.
Yeah, you just see like, I guess, you see my eyes like go from like this pitch black back to like a gray, like dull, kind of dead body eyes. Well, describe the scenery close with the well-worn road. Could I tell which direction based on like, obviously the water from this side, the water's on the east of us, so they're heading south? They have more than just Cree and silence. That makes sense. They have an entire caravan, roughly 20 carts or so full of other people. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. That does mean they'll have to be slower because there's a lot of them, at least I would think. But it's going to be more than just Cree. There's other Aerocopter there, other individuals, men, just regular men like Silex. Don't appear to be hurt, but they're all sleeping or unconscious or something. Might be a bit too much to try to get them on the move, in my mind. I don't know. I couldn't see if there was any guards or anything. But I mean, if there's 15 to 20 carts, there's got to be at least a few per each one.
Do you know specifically which cart they're in?
Somewhere in the middle. That's what I got right. So I don't know.
There's about 15 or so carts. You thought they may have been anywhere from 5 to 9.
Do you think it's too dangerous to get them on the road, on the move?
Right now, the big issue is catching them, so I guess we'll worry about that when they get close. I'll let the others know when they get back, but 15 carts, I mean, at least a couple of guards for each one. I would think 30 men. Eventually, they're going to stop for the night, or I would think maybe. You said
They don't tend to stop.
they don't tend to stop.
Often, no.
We might be able to catch them just because the mere quantity of things are moving, but we may get to a situation where if we go to save them, we're only saving them. Maybe not the others.
How long of a trip is it? It's like 2-3 weeks?
To get to the
They've never been, but you would assume around that.
They probably haven't stopped yet. They're probably gonna stop at least once, right? They don't stop often, but
Well, they probably don't stop because that's why they have so many people in each cart. They just take turns. They just ride those horses.
Could be. Well, I guess we'll just get back and ask, or when they get back, we're just gonna have to ask them.
Yeah, so a few moments. You guys had already, it only took you about 10 minutes to do that. So
Yeah.
while you were searching, you found them, you started making your way back. It's not wasting the time. You guys make your way back with a couple of new horses that the three of you now see.
Hey, everybody, this is Annabelle and Quicksilver, and they're here to help us.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You're very attractive.
Did you give them the names?
No, they gave me their names.
They have their own names.
I talked to them.
Oh. Well, Annabelle, Quicksilver, thank you. We have a slight problem. Cree and Silex are not the only two that are being moved. I will inform you guys all of the 15 carts. They're in the middle. They're heading south near some sort of coastal road. So I'm sure we could find it, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do much more than rescue them. If we do go after them, we may get into too much trouble.
Well, I say we do as much as we can, and if we can get the rest of them out, great, and if not, at least we got them.
Actually, there is the other option of, since we do have a sense of debt to Everett, we could just follow them to the castle, because we're gonna have to take care of the big guy in the end anyways. What was his name again? Cinderland.
That's true.
it might be better to wait till they get to the castle before we try to rescue them.
Probably for the best, that way everybody's all in one place and they're not on the move.
You also don't know their exact location. You just know they're traveling by a cliffside, which
That's for sure.
for those of you
We know
familiar
they're
with the
going.
map of Morrowgast know that for hundreds of miles, there's the Cliffs Pass, which is a road that follows along the cliff side of the west, like far eastern side of Morrowgast.
So are you saying that we leave Kree and Silex there bound for the next 2 to 3 weeks until we can get there? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying we catch up, but I don't think we should act on, if we can find a way to catch up to them. We don't act at the immediate moment. I mean, I would say it's difficult. I'm not, I'm not a sneaky individual like Benjamin. But to me, it seemed, well, we have two options. Either we find them immediately in the middle of it and we deal with the lesser guards potentially, or we wait until they get to where they're going and then we deal with better security, I would guess. But we could guarantee that's where they're at.
And I'll guarantee you right now, they're not in any danger now. Only until they get there, because they want them alive.
Even being sneaky, it's gonna be hard to get them out unnoticed on the road, moving with all the guards.
My option would be when they get there, like, we should try to catch up, and then when we
Keep
get
a
there,
distance.
from a distance, when we get there, because we're gonna have to deal with killing, well, who he wants to be dead anyway, so.
So we're saying we're going to follow them from a distance for the next 2 to 3 weeks
That's if we
on
catch up.
ground, if we catch up. And then just wait for them to then be more fortified with more guards. I'm sorry, that just seems ridiculous to me.
I don't have answers.
We could try.
I mean, if we try and we fail, then I guess,
We're gonna have to deal with that anyway if we fail, so it's a good try at least.
I mean, he said that there's,
We
I
can
mean,
get
did
it.
you see how many guards were in the cart with?
He essentially got a view of like quickly scoping in, so he saw the carts as he was coming from a grand to a magnified viewpoint, but it's kind of hard to specifically see.
I'm also
You assume
concerned-
quite a few.
I'm also concerned with being on the road for 2 to 3 weeks, just a party ourselves. We could run into trouble ourselves being out on the road for 2 to 3 weeks.
So you think we should catch up to them and engage them?
I don't know. I don't know if following them, I'm not saying engaging them right now is the option, but I don't think traveling on foot behind them for 2 to 3 weeks is the other option. I mean, if there's another way to get there faster, maybe we can do that and meet them there and camp out. But I
Just
just,
the horses, I mean, I don't know how fast their horses are going that are pulling the carts. I mean, is there any way that we could get there faster than them?
that feels like a better option.
They already have like a 10-hour lead on us.
did it feel like?
So
a
we have
full clip on
to
these
catch
horses?
that and then go past that.
Did it feel like they were going full clip on these horses, like booking?
They're not, they're traveling. They're not here for the,
Well,
they're not here for the views.
Yeah.
You're gonna have those like big Clydesdale, fucking gigantic.
Yeah. I was gonna ask guys, does Zaris have an opinion on taking the fight to them directly, or?
I mean,
She said.
There's-
I
Is your-
have a lot of range in my abilities, so I could at least begin an attack anywhere. If you wanted to do the 15 carts, take out a couple before we get there, slow the carts down, maybe even like save the carts and then ambush with them, you know.
Like getting the Aarakocra that are inside those carts to like help us attack them?
Yeah, basically.
We are planning on killing the leader anyway.
So I mean, so you're saying maybe we can like cut off the last couple of carts, at the very end? Can do that?
It depends on how close they are. If they're all packed together, we would have to do the whole thing, of course, but
Fast and Furious moment where you unpin the train.
Yeah. Well, who's to say if we launch an attack, but they won't just keep going, we're only fighting the 1 or 2 that we can engage at the moment.
That's very true. I guess I was worried about like all 20 carts
Yeah.
stopping and
Well, I
attacking
don't
They
us.
won't all stop unless there's something worthwhile to
Well, I
stop.
don't know which one specifically Kree and Silex are in.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I know they're in the middle somewhere, but if we stop in the middle and then the one right in front, you know,
It's pretty difficult to infiltrate things that are moving.
but either way, we're kind of wasting time. I know
when we
have
could do this on the road, so we could get going and still talk about it.
And argue about it while we go.
It could totally be like Fast and Furious, so I'm leaning towards engaging them on the road,
Yeah,
like a horse next to it. And we have to.
I mean, that is the best. Like, to me, I think, well, we could wait till the end, but it's probably best to somewhat delay it. But my thing is, like, if we fucked up there, hey, boss man, we got people coming and they're trying to, now they're really stacked to the teeth
Yeah.
versus what they were already normally doing. I'm gonna go over to the guy that had,
I will say, because that's a good point.
I feel like they would have mages that could send messages, right?
You know, because he hasn't given up a lot of info yet, so I don't want to like cross any lines, but you know, because of your additional information about this group of thieves and shitty people, that they are constantly having these convoys of people going and coming and going and coming. So when they drop people off, this convoy of guards takes back off again and goes somewhere else and brings in more. Very relatable reference is Django Unchained with the Mandango fighting, right? So it's kind of like that similar thing where they just go and get people, force them to fight for the entertainment and waging for other people. So you know that they don't usually stick around. So whenever he said whenever he mentioned that there's a chance that they might stay or like fortify even more, you may think that alerting them about that might cause some of these convoys to stay back and additionally fortify.
This sticky subject.
Yeah.
I would
Additional
like-
insight, yeah.
I would
additional
spill all the
insight.
beans about that.
Sorry, I essentially created his backstory, so like he would have said that.
Yeah.
so
I didn't even think that I should have said that, sorry.
they'll know and they'll make it
You'll
hard.
Let
absolutely.
me go to the bathroom real quick, y'all.
So another thought is if we take out this convoy, even if they alert the main castle, we at least have achieved saving our people. And then we could delay when we attack. We at that point still have the element of surprise. They don't know when we'll get there, when we'll do it. We delay it like another week. They'll be like, whatever.
Hopefully.
Worst case scenario, what? He runs away and we catch him on the road afterwards. Like,
I would say that is the upside. We succeed, we did what we needed to do, but we still owe him a debt.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm saying we still do it, but like if they fortify, like if it gets out, like we succeed, we save our people. We don't worry about them getting stuck in the castle and fortified there with no way of getting in, versus like
Let's just start a bunch of quests and never finish them.
Yeah.
Like, can your village wait while we save?
Yeah, can your village.
I mean, it feels like it already has, so at this point,
It's getting like pummeled by the war. And we keep saying, we're totally gonna
That's the whole
help
reason we
you.
joined
It's the
their
middle
party.
city between two continents. They're fighting it basically. And so it's like, he just wants us to go in there and like kill the person who's currently involved, so that would be like, both people are out.
Well, that sucks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
that happens, the tribal lands.
So many people who requests,
So many quests, so little time.
Well, whenever we do leave this place, which I assume is gonna be quickly because we have to
Need
move
to go,
regardless.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to that guy. Well, actually, I guess whoever the general store guy, is it Jeffy? No.
Jeffy.
Jeffy's here. He's the guy with storage and things.
Yes.
Oh, he's one of the potions.
Jeffy hates us.
Whoever is the general store, because if we promised apples and sugar cubes,
We need to get apples.
so I want to get food for the horses. So I go to buy food for the horses, wherever that may be. Apples and sugar cubes and
Carrots and
grass to light.
Yeah. I'll say you're able to get that pretty much.
tuber vegetables.
I'm gonna immediately give both of them an apple. You want an apple?
You're still a
What about
horse?
me? There you go, buddy.
Because I'm gonna, because if we're about to leave, they're gonna be riding my back.
Because we don't have enough horses.
So I
Yeah,
didn't
you would
want,
very happily accept this apple.
I didn't want to change back again.
Yes. And these guys also haven't seen
Okay,
you
here.
not be a horse yet, so.
Yeah.
That's gonna really mess them up later.
Yeah, Annabelle's gonna have trust issues.
I'll explain it all. Don't worry.
Here, guys, just stay over. Keep our friends calm.
So yeah, if you're able to do that, you can get some apples, carrots.
They've never had an apple before, guys. They're gonna freak out.
They're both allergic to apples and keel over. It's just terrible.
They turn out to be
Specific
allergic.
horse allergy to apples.
Fuck, that would suck.
That being said, I guess we get on the horses and
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's start heading out.
Sweet.
Ooh,
So-
so-
As you guys begin your pursuit, are you guys trying to beat them there or meet the convoy? Sorry, I stepped away.
I think we're meeting the
They were meeting
convoy.
convoy.
Okay,
Gonna catch up to the convoy.
Yeah.
right.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
So you guys follow the southern road out of the Wrecking Oasis. And you start hustling down the Cliffs Pass.
Who's on the horse?
I'm still on Wayne.
Yeah, I assume you guys kind
So
of figured out who's on
let's
who.
put halfling on with
Yeah.
the two of you.
Yeah,
And remember when you used to have a name?
Everett.
Everett.
I was thinking so.
I can remember Everett, but then I couldn't remember Cinderwood, so I was like freaking out.
And then you'll get another horse. And you'll get
I'm
another
gonna get on Annabelle because it's the name of
Sorry,
the doll
it's
in
the
Conjuring. and I
horse.
figured
He can
that
run.
thing.
horse. Yeah,
I can't run a horse.
Yeah.
you get Quicksilver.
Quicksilver?
Well, I think the two of you should be on a horse because theirs is large,
She's
so.
big. I'm on Annabelle. Or Arabelle. You said Arabelle? or
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Like the doll.
Yeah.
You and I are on this horse here,
Yeah, that's right.
this ring.
So. And then
I smell of a beautiful ocean breeze.
It is.
It's true.
It smells really good.
I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
Like nuzzling up against you.
So you're on
Just
Quicksilver.
like the biggest perk.
Making biscuits.
It's like this.
Okay, so yeah, you guys
Thick road.
all get on your respective horses and start riding south.
Sweet.
You guys travel at this point, it's probably closer to like 1 p.m., 12 p.m. because you guys went and found your horses, got back, did some errands in the city, and then started leaving. So you're able to travel for about 7 or 8 hours before it starts getting dark. Are you guys like pushing the horses to the limit? Or are you trying to like hurry? Or are you guys traveling?
We have to let them rest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're not mean.
Hold on, are you like going hard, or are you like trotting at a brisk pace? Are you like hustling?
I think we're going.
We're
yeah,
hustling.
Yeah.
Okay. Then those of you who are riding horses, I need you all to make a animal handling check.
All that we're riding.
And then Rain,
Yeah.
I need you to make a general constitution roll. A constitution saving, we'll say that.
16?
16?
12.
6.
20.
Can't really handle other animals when you're already.
19.
Okay, yeah, you guys are all good.
Oh, great.
It's a group check.
Group check.
Oh,
Maybe less biscuits, more holding on to.
okay.
Occasionally I'm gonna like handling you.
Yeah.
Shout words of encouragement to the horses. Like, you guys are doing awesome.
Are we all?
You're
like, within,
great.
Throw them a sugar cube.
30
Yeah,
feet
run
of each
into
other?
it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably stand pretty tight.
Yeah.
So
Down and feed them occasionally.
yeah, so as you guys travel along, you make up some good ground. It starts to become night. It starts to become nighttime. Are you guys still traveling through the night, or are you resting and stopping?
We should probably stop.
We need to let the horses rest.
Yes, that's fine. Can't wait for
These guys have let their.
Can't wait for
horses
those
rest as well.
checks tonight.
Well, I think we should only rest for 4 hours. I think we should do a short rest, not a long rest.
A short rest is only an hour.
You wanna like it.
You wanna only do a short rest?
Oh, I was thinking 4 hours, sorry.
Pay attention.
1 hour is enough.
Yeah, do the same when we're playing straw.
So we'll have to take some things off.
Pay attention.
Yeah,
Do
so.
you wanna just do a short rest?
So if we do like a short 4-hour rest, some of us will be able to do it, but some of us will also get a tick of fatigue.
Yeah.
I can get a full.
Some of
rest.
us being me, and that's my worry. So you know.
Me too.
I would need-
Yeah, the only person who can really take 4 is
And me.
and
Oh,
she's half.
yeah.
She's a half.
She's a
Okay, well then I guess we do need to take a long rest, so we'll do that.
All right. Is anyone staying up and keeping an eye out, or you guys all just?
I'll take first watch, you wanna take second?
You're doing a long rest? We're doing-
Yeah. we're gonna-
Yeah, so.
Yeah, either one.
I choose that. Okay.
Oh, before we do that, cast speak animals and say, okay, our friend here can also become a human. So she's gonna do that right now. I just don't want you to get scared, okay?
I don't know what a human means.
I'm not a human. None of us are. I don't know what the fuck okay.
It's good enough.
She's not gonna
Why
be
are
a
you
horse
upset?
anymore. I'm not. She's not gonna be a horse anymore, but don't be afraid.
We're horses, Annabelle. I know we're horses.
Okay, we're good. Go ahead.
Okay, I changed.
It's unnatural. It's barbaric.
I like how Annabelle's intelligence is like just taking in enough to know the word barbaric.
That's the, yeah, that's
She
the
doesn't know
only
what friends
vocabulary
are,
word.
but she knows what barbaric is.
I'm not gnarly horse guys.
I don't have a word for barbaric.
I'm sorry, there's other things. Yeah, they have a little more intelligence. The Narnian horses, I just said Narnian
Oh,
horses.
Narnian horses, yeah.
Yeah, they have a little more
Yeah, I know.
intelligence.
No, they're not the cream of the crop, but they run good, so. So they rest, you guys all rest, you're taking first watch, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
I'll be honest, it's just a general D20 roll,
Don't add anything.
don't add anything.
Fuck.
Right. So as like we're getting settled in for the night, I'm like, oh, this is my friend Pangerbon, and you see like this mechanical looking fucking cat,
Yeah.
and he can assist you.
Did you just add this because of Marley?
No, it's
Nope.
actually something I never had to show. So
That's
this
awesome.
cat can like help you look for shit,
Oh, that's really cool.
because he
Okay.
has a perception and dark vision, so.
That's amazing. Wow.
Well,
Yeah, Benji, you don't fucking like this guy.
Hey, I'm like cat and
I like that.
19.
I opened like one eye to this cat. and it's like,
I got a 19.
He like opens his maw, and it's just like delayed, but it's making.
Yeah, the mechanics and then the audible like don't line up.
Prototype one.
There you go, that's his guy. That's Panger.
He's a little cute boy.
All right,
Pangerbon.
I like how you have your prop.
Oh, that's cute.
what did you roll again?
19.
Okay, so you guys, you finish up your rest, uneventful. It's nice because you guys are still on this cliff pass, which is relatively close to the ocean, not close enough that you can really see it, but in the still of the night when everyone's quiet and the fire dies down, you do hear the occasional just wave crashing.
They just happy.
Okay, 4 hours pass, you wake up. Zinro, also make a D20 roll.
sure.
Does it really get an advantage because Pangerbon's with him?
It's not a perception check.
Oh, Pangerbon.
You're
It's a-
rolling,
it's
you're
shaking
rolling
it
on
up
a,
or not.
you're rolling on
Oh.
a chart.
Just a straight D20.
Oh my god, did you literally roll one?
Actually, rolled one with the
Don't worry,
black
this
one,
is
is
like-
like nighttime.
Was it
One.
a one?
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah, the best rolls, you know?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, you're still getting used to this zombie thing.
Mhm.
One second.
It's gonna leave it up.
So, Zinro, as you start your meditation, or sorry, you finish your meditation and you start keeping an eye out. You're very familiar with this type of lifestyle, kind of crashing at the side of the road, making a fire, waiting for the fire embers to burn out, and then finally falling asleep. You've done this hundreds of times, especially on your search to find Aubrey. Every once in a while, upon these lonely, quiet nights, you hear rustling in the bushes, you hear birds fluttering their wings as they fly off in a hurry. Every once in a while, you hear the sound of footsteps of different animals, maybe the occasional other bystanding but traveler. And so you've become really good at listening for these noises.
I know this fire sounds like
Good.
an actual
Yeah.
fire, it's cool.
You hear one thing you're not used to is when parts of the elements around you start to change. And as you sit there, the fire's burned out, are burning out. You're just thinking about whatever it is Zinro thinks about when no one else is there. You notice that one of the stones that you guys had, you were sitting around when you were on the sitting by the fire. Now everyone's laid down, but it's across from you. It's kind of a large boulder. It seems to start to turn and twist. And then you see it start to slowly stand. And you see the legs, some sort of bipedal legs and arms raise.
Light, I cast light on it. So
And you see this large rock-skinned hide being look back at you. I need you to roll initiative.
just me.
Just you right now.
Oh my god.
This is why.
Okay, this is why what? What are you gonna say that this is why we don't sleep?
This is why we don't roll ones.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it happens.
Okay, what'd you roll?
Initiative is it's a 9.
It's a 9. Okay. You kind of make eye contact, you cast light right before the initiative order starts, and you see all of your friends and a halfling laying down, restfully sleeping, and you see the face made of pure rock look at you, anger spreads over its emotionless face, and it starts. I was like, it's rock, it wouldn't have emotion, but it's mad.
Just creates 2 eyebrows.
You can just tell, okay? Yeah.
And it's gonna look at you, and then it's gonna burrow into the ground really quickly. And then it's gonna come up from below you and make 2 slam attacks.
Are we dead to the world? Like.
Not yet, hold on. This is all happening within like 5-6 seconds. So it's
Yeah.
like
Quick round.
Imagine like Geodude or something.
first slam. First slam attack is a 24
That is.
to hit. The second one is a 22 to hit.
That
Good
also
So that one
lord.
hit.
Did you roll really well or is it high?
It's,
It's probably a decent. Sure.
first hit is 20 points of damage on the first slam. The second one, and the second one is 16 points of damage as they both slam into you, taking a total of 36 bludgeoning damage. The rest of you, after this slam, are
Yeah.
awoken.
Uh-huh.
What's your first initiative before the rest of them?
I see them waking up then,
Mhm.
so I have to yell.
No. Oh no! The burrowing into the ground rumbled it.
Yeah.
You
It's
probably
probably
roll
roll
for-
shake.
Weird.
Yeah, you can roll. Don't tell me yet. He's gonna make his. This is all like kind of a surprise round, and then you guys are gonna jump in.
Well, this is certainly something. That hurt a lot. Dang. I wanted to go first.
Right?
I'm gonna go ahead and just find my mace and cash
What did you roll in your initiative, by the way? You said like a 12,
9.
a 9. Okay.
I'm just gonna take my. I don't know about the beat a rock with mace. If that's gonna do anything. Yeah, I'm like everybody, wake up, and I'm just gonna say screw it. I'll do guiding bolts, little first level, as I grab whatever I can to get going. Spell attack for that guy. So. I'm rolling really well. A 12. Does a 12?
No, it's not.
Okay, that uses my action. I'm just going to, within melee range, so I'll just stay there, grab my shield and grin and bear it at the moment.
Okay, everyone, roll initiative.
Ooh, 19.
19 for Vitra, your favorite.
Yeah, I love rolling high.
15.
15 for Sage.
12.
21.
17.
15.
1 second.
Oh, sorry.
I gotta add in.
Sorry.
Engine. Benji, what you roll?
12.
Fine.
Okay, and then Rain,
17 whole.
17. And then Everett.
15. Vagabond goes with me.
Yeah, so you and Sage both rolled a 15. So I need you guys, who has the better dexterity score between the two of you? Probably you. I would assume you. What is your
I've
dex
got a
score?
+2.
Yeah, he does, yeah. So he's gonna go first.
I was so nice with the other ones.
What's that?
I asked him what his class was and he said, you don't know. And I said, I was so nice and give you everyone's raising class in this group.
Well, we're all established. Well,
Shut up.
Okay. So first up is the rock creature.
Why are you even fighting us, sir? You're not doing anything. We might have like slept on his family or something.
Somebody could take a leak in the rock.
See like 3 little rocklets, just like.
We were like skipping rocks before, like just kids.
You're sharpening your blade on his back.
Like the kids just screaming. Dad, Dad!
You just hear like screaming.
All right. He's gonna make a slam at Zero. He's standing in front of you. He's gonna take 2 more slam attacks. First one is a 17.
That just hits.
17, and then that's a 7 plus 10, so 27.
That also hits.
Let me get a second one.
Shut
I
up.
probably should have
That
hit up to
is-
my AC.
Okay. First hit,
Hey,
Clear's supposed
16.
to go first for a reason.
Second hit, 15, so 16 and 15.
31.
So now a total of 31 points of damage as he slams into you a second 2 times. You guys look up and you see this like rock monstrosity slamming into the fatherly figure of Zinro. It's like, oh, well, he's gonna die again.
He'll be fine.
You know,
I also don't want to be like, Zero's dying.
That's how it's gonna be.
Sorry.
He'll be fine.
We'll just
Uh,
put a horse in
Next
probably
up,
on a horse.
Xeris.
Xeris.
All right, so am I laying down or have I gotten up?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you guys are all the start of your turn. You're gonna be laying down, and we'll have to take half of your movement to stand up.
Okay.
And how far away is it?
Oh, very close. I mean, well within maybe 15 feet.
And it- and
15?
it's shining brightly.
Yeah.
Because this light's still happening.
All right, so I'm gonna stand up. Of course, it's gonna take 20 of my speed. I'll use my bonus action to summon my packed weapon. And then I will move towards it and
You open your eyes.
enrage, which is going to be my entire turn so far.
Okay. So yeah, you take your action to rage. You unleash your packed weapon, and you take your movement to get up to it, or you just
Up to it. I'm gonna be in its face.
okay? Gotcha. Vitra.
Okay, I'm gonna do unarmed strike, and I'm gonna do like 3 or close. So I can try and get 4 hits. So I got a 26 and a 17.
Misses.
Okay. I got a nat
He's made a
20
roll.
on one of them, and then a 24 on the other one.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 hit.
Okay, very 4 hit, great.
This bludgeoning damage is gonna hurt.
I can only do so much.
No,
Okay.
you can stun the key points. Those are good.
Isn't your don't your fist count as magical weapons now?
They do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Okay.
Otherwise, the monk would be screwed.
Okay. 27 points of damage.
Bro.
You did 27 points of damage in total?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Any other movement or anything else you're doing on this turn?
No.
Okay. Rain, and then Everett, you'll be up next. Rain, what are you doing?
That was,
Well, what are we doing?
let's do thunder wave, that's 15 feet, so we're gonna have to make it.
Yeah, so everyone within a 15-foot, right, everybody essentially needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Or it's Constitution, right? Constitution saving throw. Thunder wave?
Drop.
Yes.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. What's the DC they have to beat?
Time for a good roll.
You're supposed to be
15. So anyone 15 and over is going to take, or under is going to take the full damage. Go ahead and roll damage. It should be 2d8 if you're rolling it at first level.
Save isn't for, it's a save for all damage, right? You know, for.
It takes half damage, but then you weren't pushed away. Everyone who fails a save is going to take the full damage and be pushed back 10 feet.
See, I can roll.
What's the save?
15.
Oh, cool.
You rolled it? What you rolled? 14 points of damage. Who all failed?
By how much?
By how much?
What was your score?
13.
Can I use my reaction to do flash of genius and add +5?
Hmm.
So like as like the thing happens, I'm like, hey, move this way. And then
Okay.
you succeed.
Hey, move this way.
Anyone else fail to save? Cool. So everyone else just takes 7 points of damage. As you cast this, the rocking being does not seem to be affected by that particular
Yeah, I was trying to.
type of
Oh,
spell.
like it's like Pokemon, yeah. Like they'd be resistant. I hated the rock guy.
Oh, my lightning breath is super. Oh.
Oh.
Wait, larva.
Okay. Next up, Everett and then Sage.
So I see Mr. Monk here go ape shit at us. I'm like, okay, this is fucking cool. So I'm going to I'm gonna stand up, so it's half my movement, I'm gonna click my boots, and I'm just gonna start flying up.
Okay.
And as I look at him, I'm gonna cast haste. So you are hastened now.
Does clicking your boost count as a bonus action?
It's
Like
a
activating them?
boots of flying. Let me check. What are
Yeah.
Boots.
That's what I'm just checking. Just to see if you have anything else you can do on this turn, or if that's everything. So that might change what you do.
It doesn't say it needs an action to use. It just says I can use the boots to fly for 4 hours. It doesn't say it needs an action. So you decide what I do.
Nah. It's kind of like an extra thing then.
Cool.
Kind of like pulling out a book or like saying something.
So like I start levitating, and you're like, hey, you can move quick now. And then like as I say that, I take out a tool and I inscribe a rune, and like a force of wind hits you, and you feel like a gust of wind.
Okay, I think I'm an air genasi.
Yeah. Your hair blows more than normal. Okay. What else are you doing?
So that was I cast that, I move, I'm just trying to like hover, maybe about like 20, how large is this fucker?
It's pretty big. It stands about 15 feet tall.
Oh my god, not what I expected.
It's considered a large- it's
It's
considered a large creature.
a big boy, okay.
Consider a large creature.
Oh, big boy.
Okay.
So I'll just be like 20 feet in the air,
15.
and I'll use my bonus action to tell Panger to attack him.
Okay. What does Panger do?
He's gonna attack.
How does he attack?
He's gonna use his force strike, so he kind of just runs up to him. It's got like 40 feet around. Yeah. So it's like metal cat. I just tell him, strike him, and then he just fucking like lightning bolt hits him or attempts to hit him.
Does he cast lightning bolt? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
no, he literally just runs into him.
Oh, okay. Like force.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Just to save time, 18 is the AC for this thing.
60 doesn't hit.
Okay, just so everyone, just to save time. Yeah, so you guys see Panger, this little metal cat. Ninja, I feel like you would get a little bit of a kick out of watching this cat just like run into this rock and just seem to do nothing, just fall down.
You're like,
That ends your turn, Sage.
All right.
And then Benji, you are up next, so.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn into a tiger.
Raw.
Jump up, shake it off, since we just got
This is a
hit,
very cat heavy bird.
and turn into a tiger, and I'm gonna pounce on it, and then attack.
Okay.
Dash and change into a dragon.
That's gonna be a 16 and a 20.
16 misses, 20 hits.
Okay. Let's say since I said the 20 is the second one. That's gonna be 11 points.
Okay, what type, just like slashing damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see this tiger go and fucking jump at it. You start cutting all over this rock. Seems like making little cuts into like the side of the rock. He's just like trying to fling you off out of reacting. Still seems to be standing pretty strong. Then Jin and then Zinro.
So since we're already in battle,
Yeah.
is a sneak attack possible if I get
Can
behind
do.
him? Okay, then I'm gonna use, I'm gonna get up and then I'm gonna use my movement to try to go around behind him and hide.
So sneak attack is not something you really have to try too hard to get in this scenario because he's currently being engaged by a tiger and the rest of your party. So you can definitely still do that. Use your whole movement and action to move and hide, but that's not something you really have to set up for. It's already going to be applied in this situation.
So I can just go ahead and sneak attack him right now.
You would just be making a regular attack and then sneak attack would happen.
Okay, I'll make it record.
18. 18 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. What are you attacking with?
I'm gonna attack with my rapier, and a sneak attack is 5d6. So it's a d6. Yeah. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points damage.
And then you do the rapier damage too, right?
Yeah, the rapier damage would be first, and you add your.
Okay, so 13.
You with a 13 out of 5d6?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's
of
like
twos.
3 2s and a 3.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Hey man, add 7
That's
to
rude.
that, so that's
That sucks
20
for you
points
so
damage.
much.
You had your dexterity
I
modifier.
rolled 2d8 to roll a
So it's
16.
1d8 plus 4. Yeah.
Aren't you so fucking cool?
All that plus.
It was only at you, so.
13 plus
That hurt,
7
that's good.
plus 4, 24. 24 points damage.
24 total damage. That's a slashing damage. So you like slash into this rock.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be doing as much effect as you hope, but you're definitely cutting into it.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay. Zinro, yeah, that's fine. Zinro,
I don't do
you're up.
And then use this, or and then him.
Xeris is right after the elemental.
Okay.
I'm just going to use my turn to do a level 4 cure wounds. To get back 20 HP on that one.
Okay.
And then. I'll just leave it there. And just be a meat tank.
Okay. It's the elemental's turn. He's gonna turn around and see this tiger biting into him, and he's gonna make 2 attacks on the tiger. First one being a 21, second one being another 27. I assume both of those hit a tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
First one is 18 points of damage. Second one is only 2 max. It's 23. So
Yep,
18
I
and
am no
23.
longer a tiger.
How many hit points does your tiger have?
37.
Okay, so
So after it hits me the second time, I go back
So-
to sage.
yeah.
At least your tiger took that.
Yeah.
So as you go back to sage form, you take an additional 14 points of damage going into her. But that is both of his attacks, and now he's again, it's just kind of 1v6 at the moment. Xeris.
Yeah, hold on. I'm almost finished. There's a lot of rolling with this new character.
I look up and there's no more tread.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just lean
I'm
down.
like-
I'm almost finished. I'm like, where you at?
We good, buddy. We do, buddy.
Okay. Does a 15 and a 25 hit?
15 yes, 25 no. Oh wait, other way around.
I'm like, what?
One of those yes, one of them no, regardless of what the mouth said.
All right. Definitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and swing with my packed weapon. I'm gonna do it twice. I'm gonna miss the second one.
You have
The first
advantage on-
one. What?
You have advantage on both of these attacks.
Oh, that's right.
Sick.
Praise be Elias.
Does a 17 hit?
No, it's an 18.
Cool. So the second one still doesn't hit, but the first one does, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit for 20 damage.
Nice.
Ouchie. What kind of damage is that?
It's a magical weapon, but it's an axe, so slashing.
Okay, so okay, gotcha.
Magical
I know
slashing.
it's the pack. I didn't know if it like did any sort of other weird type of damage that I need to be aware of, but cool.
It does an extra D6 magic damage on the first swing, but that's it.
Gotcha. Okay. Zavis, anything else you're doing on your turn?
Not this time.
Okay. So he ends it Vitra and then Rain.
Okay, I did another flurry of blows. 2 of them hit with 19s, the other
Yep.
2 were less than that. And then you roll the damage, and he needs to make a dexterity saving throw
For what?
to see if he's knocked prone or not. 18 points of damage.
Okay. Oh.
What does he have to go against for that? It says it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. But I don't know what it means to save against.
Efficiency 8 instead of
Wisdom for me?
yeah, so your wisdom modifier is plus your proficiency bonus plus 8. Sure.
Should be, he's gonna pass, I'm sure. You know,
Okay.
19 on the die, so it's an 18.
Oh,
so it's a
okay.
negative 1.
14 probably.
Never mind.
Okay,
I tried.
it's all right. So how much damage did he take on that?
He took 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you start to see some of the like pieces of the rock start to break away as you punch into his.
Oh, your haste,
Area?
so you get another action you can use to attack if you want.
Okay,
You can't do flurry of blows twice, but you can
I'll
still
just,
do.
and I'm striking. Why not?
Well, how many attacks have you done so far?
Well, I did,
That's 4 total.
so 4 total.
You get another 2 because the attack action for you is 2 attacks.
Well, I think it says you can, it's 1 weapon attack only for the haste attack.
Woo. Right? Is that okay?
He's probably doing something.
Okay, I
She was
did
trying to
hit.
confirm if you.
It's okay. Thanks for trying. Oh, it's fine.
Well, what's
Again,
the
you're
spell?
you're fine.
Okay. Next up is Rain and then Everett.
And we can see water is below us, right?
Not really. It's like so you guys are rested on the side of the road. The cliff is maybe 200 or 300 feet from where the water is. So it's not like right next to you, but it's close enough that when it's quiet, you can still hear the waves crashing, but it's not like right below you. And then there's a cliff, because it's called Cliffs Pass.
Well, yeah, that doesn't matter. I just wonder if I can use control water or not.
You can do it, it just may not be able to reach you. Like, I don't know, what are you trying to do?
Well, it just says, control water and you have like flood, part water, I was gonna do redirect flow. And it says you cause like flowing water, so I'm just gonna take it from the ocean, like direct it to where it's.
It's probably too far away from
Too
that.
far
Does it
away.
say like a range?
Says up to 300 feet.
Probably within 300 feet, yeah. You could probably do that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna redirect flow.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna aim this towards the creature and avoid my friends. And it says when a creature enters the vortex the first time on a turn or second turn, there must make a strength saving.
So it's definitely gonna go through it on the first time, right here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 6 + 5, so 11 on a saving throw, probably not gonna pass.
As in, it means my spell grade, that's what that was.
What's your spells?
15.
15.
Yeah, so you guys.
Yeah, I
So,
fail.
that's okay.
What
Okay,
happens
so
on a fail?
He takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then he's caught in the vortex until the spell ends. And you can use this action to try and swim away from it.
Okay, so you guys watch Rain start maneuvering her hands above her head, and then over the top of this cliff, you see the ocean water start to climb above in this arc, and then it slams down onto this elemental being. I probably need Sage
Fuck, probably
and
me, I mean, I'm
Vitra
right
and
on.
Sinro to all make and Pumpkin to all make Also, dexterity saving throws to beat a 15.
Your haste is a good advantage. on your
Okay.
saving throw.
On dexterity? Okay, yeah.
20,
20.
17.
Good.
28.
Good.
I got a +9.
I rolled an 8
That's
damage.
what they-
How about your team cat?
He gets a natural 20.
Nice. Of course he does. It's a cat. He saw that coming as soon as she
It's
brings
a
it in.
mechanical cat too. Like, fuck this.
So everyone else is able to get out of the way and not get hit.
Thank God.
And I rolled 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. 8. Okay. That was Rain, Everett, and then Sage.
So he's like trapped in this vortex right now.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. So I'm just gonna reach out and then I forgot this happened. My illusion only lasts an hour and we were totally sleeping. So you all see just this fucking dwarf right now. And I've got a gun out, so I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him twice.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
I forgot it's only for an hour. I got it. Does a 25 and a 24 hit?
Both.
So my spell lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be well felt out.
24 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Okay. 24.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you guys see this dwarf who you don't even fucking know shoots a gun you didn't know he fucking had.
The rock monster.
And is this your pet rock?
Yeah.
He's probably rolling.
He's
his-
raining down, his little hair
Is
down
he
there.
doing something
He's
again?
probably rolling.
Something about like having to roll.
All right. So Ever just went Sage.
Good donuts, huh?
I
Okay,
would tell Penger to.
They were
attack.
pretty good.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Okay. Cat fucks up again.
all right, so
Hey,
he's in a
Jimmy.
vortex. How close is everybody to him? I'm like right on top of
Pretty
him.
much everybody's within about 15 feet.
Yeah,
There's a few of y'all that are a little closer, like right on him,
like me.
like you and Zinro and Vitra.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna do.
Kind of
the
in the
mean,
choice
but
there.
fuck some shit
What
up.
is there a save?
Yes.
Yeah,
What kind of a save?
Constitution.
If we want to engage him while he's in the vortex. Can we like strike him while he's in the vortex, or does that like affect
You
us?
can, but then you would be entering the vortex. So you have to make a similar save.
So it's all ranged. Okay.
Throw a dagger.
Any creature that enters or starts their turn in a vortex.
I mean, 5 foot radius if they're 15 feet away, but the 3 of us are on it.
I mean, a 5-foot radius, 10-foot diameter.
I know.
So
So that's what I'm saying, like.
But
everybody
which
else is
side are
away.
we on? If
Oh,
you could
which
like
side?
place it, behind him, so where he's getting hit, but not us.
That's true. I can place it behind him.
I just
So
don't
that
know
he
where
gets
we're
hit.
all at in relation.
Right, okay, so
Let's do
I'll
that.
go ahead and do that. I'm gonna moonbeam the shit out of him.
okay, he's gonna default fail to save because he's not able to make a Constitution save right now.
Okay.
She's done.
What a scrub.
Beat
The
you.
water is.
That is gonna
Messing it up.
be 18 plus 7 is 25.
Got radiant damage.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and hold that moonbeam on him.
Okay. Yeah, he's like. This is what like a lot of like hardcore Christians think baptism is supposed to be like.
It's more like hell, based on what I'm hearing.
Lifted up and raised and just beamed by the radiant light.
What was that movie with all those actors that they got raptured? And it was like the fucking.
Dogma?
Huh?
Wait, no, what do you think?
It was like a movie with Michael
Seth
Cera and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
the end. This
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah,
so
That's what I'm
fucking
thinking
funny.
of. It's like.
So fucking funny. They get up there and the Backstreet Boys are back together or something. Or NSYNC or whatever it was. Okay, Sage fucks him up with the moonbeam. Benjamin. Or is there anything else you're doing? You still have a bonus action to move.
That's it. Just-
Okay, Benjamin.
Can I sneak attack him like every single time?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you every time you make an attack, if it qualifies, you're gonna get sneak attack.
Okay.
You don't have to ask me.
Yeah, as a rogue, your first attack it always gets it. Well,
Okay.
unless something is obviously looking at you, you're not gonna sneak up on it.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit him with my bow.
Okay.
And that's gonna miss. That was a natural 1.
All right.
So
Yeah, you misinvited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know I'm not doing that. You will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I do
Wait, what are you attacking with?
my bow.
Oh, never mind, you don't. Zenro.
So I'm the taunt of things. I have to get out or else it makes six. All right. We'll attempt to leave.
Yeah. We'll say you already made your save at last time, so
Okay.
finish your turn here.
Back out, however big this is it 10 feet?
Yeah, it's like 10 feet.
Yeah, go ahead and back out. If I attack of opportunity or not, I don't know.
No, he cannot make an attack of opportunity. He's like,
Oh, I hate water.
By two different elements that are not his
It's not cool, bro. I'm just gonna go ahead and guiding bolt again. We'll say the first level is how much I can do. I'm kind of a healer, so.
Kind of a healer.
Kind of a healer.
can heal him.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if I can do that. 27.
To hit?
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit.
a little bit. That's such a waste. 5 is 10. 15, 18 points of radiant damage. And the very next attack has advantage. It's glowing.
Okay, it's his turn. He's gonna fight this current, and he's going to be able to use his entire action to swim away. So we're on a natural 20 on this. And he's able to break free of this and move out of the moonbeam as well. So he's gonna use his entire action and entire movement just to break free, and you're gonna see him try to start to flee away from you guys, like kind of go in a different direction. Just like,
He's trying to play?
yeah.
Oh,
He says
absolutely
this.
not.
He says this in like what is the language he's gonna speak? Terran. So he's like as he like runs away. Just
No.
kind of-
Absolutely not. You're not anyway, sir.
That's his turn. Xeris, you're up.
All right, so explain to me this vortex thing.
So there's a water fucking cylinder that is essentially going in kind of like a big like hurricane tornado type of thing. And it's also being illuminated by a moonbeam.
All right, so if I go into this thing, if I
God.
go to physically attack,
This is probably the trippiest thing because there's a water vortex, a moonbeam, light is being cast on him. I just hit him with guiding bolt.
So he's glowing.
It's like glowing water, just lights beaming everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a show.
Terrifying.
You're like, these are what apples taste like?
Oh yeah, the horse. What the fuck? I don't know, man. They got apples though.
They got grass.
They do got apples.
All right, Xeris, what do you do?
all right, so well, first I'll reckless attack and start charging. What's his movement speed? How far away is he?
He's maybe 10 feet. He doesn't have a lot of movement, and he used most of it to get out of the circle.
All right, cool. So he's not going to get too far. So I'm gonna charge at him and reckless attack. That gave me 1 crit, but my other one was just a regular. So does a 22 hit?
Yeah, both hit.
All right, cool. So total damage after both is 54 damage.
Okay. And so you guys see this hacked weapon just slicing into the back of this rock as it's trying to flee. He's just, he just like cuts into the back of it. And as you slice through, you actually feel like your packed weapon, this axe, like cut into it, almost like when you finally chop through a tree. And you feel the main torso of his body start to shift and split in half and fall apart as the rock turns into just emotionless boulders as it falls to the ground.
Nice.
Right. Way to go, Xeris. Stupid rock guy.
Just angry yelling. Just
So
Yay.
the earth elemental passes back to his stone.
I just put the water back in the ocean.
What's that?
I put the water back in the
Just
ocean.
like hot, like carefully, just all right, back you go.
Easier.
There's still a moonbeam, just
Your light.
I end light.
So it goes from everything to nothing. in an
Dark,
instance.
and we all have to adjust the darkness.
You know, like when you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you turn off the lights again, you're like, I can't see anything.
Everything's burned into your head, right?
For me.
Hey, mama. Hey, baby.
Okay, well, you guys defeat that. Unfortunately, not all of you were able to get your long rest. You will have to get 8 hours from here.
I can take another watch.
I just need 4, damn it, that's all I needed.
Yeah, the only person here that feels rested is ironically.
Fuck, I'm so tired. Not bad.
Also, he's a dwarf now.
Well, hi. Still the same person. This is me, sorry.
Is this the normal you?
This is the normal me. You see, like, he's wearing a whole bunch of leathers, like kind of chocolate brown and a bunch of belts and shit. And he's got this great big bushy beard. Kind of like hair that looks very like he just got out of bed, literally. Yeah. And like all of his belts and shit have like Celtic fucking insular illuminated runes and shit like that.
Nice. Where are the horses at?
That's a good question.
You're still there.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on them.
I'm
They
gonna
sleep.
go walk over to the horses
Sleep,
and
eat
make
all
sure
of
they're
that.
okay.
It's out in the middle of the field.
You good, guys?
Are you cast speak with animals?
No, I'm just talking to them.
They're looking at you like,
Okay, I'll.
and
cast.
they're like tied up still, so they couldn't leave.
Okay, I'll cast. I'll cast. Speak with animals.
What do you say?
Are you guys okay?
Crazy shit, huh?
No.
What's wrong?
Dad. What happened?
We protected you.
They were protecting us. Oh. Okay.
We
You
went,
have,
we're gonna make sure nothing happens.
do you have any more of that round grass?
Yes, we have some more round grass. Here you go.
Thank you.
Some red brown grass.
Have we given them sugar cubes yet?
No.
Let's- Let's give them some, no, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna give you something even better than the round grass.
Oh, that's very nice.
We're gonna do cube grass.
Thank you.
Yeah, so get some rest. Okay.
Okay. Do that, Annabelle. We're getting fancy grass in the morning.
For the next 10 minutes, you still hear them talking back and forth about the types of grass that they're gonna try.
There's triangle grass,
That's very good.
brown grass. white
There's
grass.
long, orange, cylindrical grass.
Shrimp grass.
That's about it.
That's about all the shrimp.
I hate about all the grass there is.
Oh man, great movie. Okay, yeah, so you guys assumingly try to get the rest of your rest.
Yeah.
Could I, before I rest, could I survey this fucking elemental? Is there any cool special rock? Like, is there like a core to this fucking? Is there a core?
It all just looks like regular boulders now.
Never mind.
I'm gonna look around. Do I see any other large rocks?
Detect.
Wait, what'd you say?
Did you say that's a dice roll?
Oh my God.
I said, I look around, do I see any other large rocks? And he goes, oh yeah. I went, oh. I'm gonna disturb them slightly.
Oh my
Oh, no.
God.
Just kick them, see if they're.
Oh my
Are you guys still sleeping? You guys are going back to sleep?
Yeah, I was gonna try and get my 4
Passed out.
hours.
Okay.
I'll do my watch as I was supposed to.
By disturbing other rocks.
Roll a d20.
Oh, that's fucking good.
Yeah.
Did you roll a 1?
I hate you.
So you see a scarecrow in the middle of the field.
Mother. Oh, God. Optional sideball, there you go.
Hey man, we're getting experience right now.
That's true.
A black feathered raven lands beside you. No, uneventful.
Okay.
Probably just me spooking myself, like.
Every time you kick one of the like boulders and it like rolls forward and rolls back, and
I'm gonna divine smite your ass. Use it often. That's
Oh, man.
You
Okay.
know it, but all you needed was a 2 to pass.
Right.
If you would've got another one.
So we have
I mean,
5%.
it's a natural one, so like you have to
Yeah.
post that.
So a little later wake up than usual, as you guys need the additional rest. Instead of getting up, crack of dawn, it's more closer to midday by the time you're up and get fully rested. What do you do?
I say we run the horses like really hard today. And
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk up and say, this is square grass, and give them some sugar cube, and I'm gonna say it makes you go extra fast.
They eat it.
Okay, sugar high horses, let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, I'll change.
Give one to Rain as well.
Thank you.
Before or after she turns?
After, she just turned it in.
Okay.
Give her one too.
Look at those pills,
Yeah.
Breakfast sugar.
Okay.
I get
So you guys mount up, close up camp and start climbing onto your horses and start riding down south, trying to make haste on this trail. I need those of you who are riding the horses to make a animal handling check. And Rain, make a Constitution saving throw.
This is animal handling, you said?
Mhm.
14.
Hey. Harley. 14?
8.
8?
11.
I rolled a 6, but I'm gonna use a classic genius to make an 11.
All right.
That's 16.
There's
22.
All right, so you guys start riding along, and after about 4 or 5 hours, Quicksilver and Xeris are still going strong. Rain is still going strong, but unfortunately, Annabelle seems to be getting a little more tired. Just not trotting as fast.
Are we looking at me?
I mean, me and
That's
you are
you and-
on her. I
Yeah,
don't.
you guys are Angela.
I cure humans. I'm not a vet.
Can you cast cure wounds on animals?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could.
Give you more than
Or is
a
that just
sugar
a
cube.
wound or?
I don't know. We can give her,
More.
we can give her some
Sugar
sugar.
and a sugar cube.
See what.
Okay. You swoop down, you give her another sugar cube, and
Actually,
a slight burst of energy seems to kick over her, and she's
Oh.
right back along.
I was gonna cast enhance ability on the horse,
You can do that too.
and gives it advantage on if the horse has to make it advantage on. This is Constitution, I'm assuming. So Constitution
a
checks. And that'll last for an hour in case it starts feeling down.
Okay.
It'll get another.
So yeah, you guys, again, another like 4 or 6 hours. You're going along, going really hard. The sun starts to set. Sage, as you're flying, as the sun starts to go down, just ahead, you see a few, it looks like from this distance, it just looks like, I don't know, a few dozen like torch lights up ahead.
Okay. I'll relay that to the group. We've got some torches up ahead. I can't see exactly what it is, but I'm gonna guess it's probably what we're trying to find.
Are there long?
It looked like.
And I will add, as you guys have been going, it's not a lonely road. You guys have been passing people on the road, coming back the other way.
It's a busy road.
Are they?
Not super busy, but it's not like the only travelers.
Yeah.
Like
Do
there's
they
not.
appear to be like in a line together?
Yes,
Mhm.
right? Yes. Mhm. There's about a dozen of them.
We maybe
I'll
catch
go back into being halfling to disguise myself.
Okay.
So how far ahead did you say they were?
With your elven eyes.
Go through these half elven.
No, she's
Oh, she is full.
with your elven eyes, you can tell that they're about a mile ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
Literally Bilbo Baggins.
Go ahead.
This is Bilbo Baggins. This is what he looks like right now. I'm an old man.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and relay that too, that they're about a mile ahead. So, yeah, just so everybody's aware, we're catching up.
Good. Do you want to engage?
It's starting to become sundown, so light is becoming scarce. That's why you can see the torches.
Traveling for a couple of days and we know how much farther it is to the thing.
You
I-
think you know.
Think
He said it would be 3 or 4 weeks to walk. No, 2 to 3 weeks to walk. You guys have been on horseback.
Okay,
So probably like maybe a couple of days away, I'd guesstimate.
we could stalk them and rest when they do. As long as some of us keep an eye out. I mean, we only need 4 hours, but I don't know how, if they ever stop, they probably haven't stopped. So that's probably what.
No, you don't know.
I guess now or never. I mean, let's get close, let's get within,
Well,
a couple hundred feet.
do
Just
you
to-
think it'd be wise to have one of us go onto one of the carts and infiltrate it? Don't start anything, but just to observe from within inside.
As we say this, we're moving.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
I'm not very stealthy, so it's not gonna be. me.
I'm happy to attempt, yeah.
we
I'm ready to
also, we
go.
also gotta.
I can you seem like a great caster. Can you make people invisible?
I think so.
Yes.
I can.
Can you do this? Because I can.
I didn't know if like, I can
I'm
definitely do
not
it.
willing to get rid of my stuff.
I didn't know how good you
Um,
are. I'm fucking-
I don't know if that's a druid spell or not.
Invisibility.
No, it's something else.
Oh, are you talking about pass without trace?
Yes.
Yeah.
But if they leave your beacon around you, I think.
Veil of shadows, masking you and your companions from, you need to stay within 30 feet of me.
So what we could do is, I have some shit that can make you fly, and I can make you invisible. So
Mhm.
you can fly and see if you can get into something, and just, we can keep tabs or whatnot. That's if you want to do, that's an option.
And if I get in there, what will I be doing? Just waiting?
I don't know. I didn't know if that was worthy to do or not.
How long does it last for? That'd be
My
an hour.
my invisibility would last for an hour.
for an hour, so.
And I can make you be able to fly in 10 minutes.
I'm a horse.
You would just need to sleep for a second.
Right.
Well,
On side, so you can always go, since you're a water cat and you're very stealthy, you can go from cart to cart and peeking in to see which one side.
I could also,
Silence and figure in.
could also make it so that you were really good at being stealthy. I'd just give you 2 little trinkets.
Sweet, I'll take those. I'm already good at being stealthy, but I'll be even stealthier.
So let's catch up and see how fast they're moving. That way we can stay stealthy and behind them, because I'm sure they're gonna have people looking out maybe passively.
Well, until then,
I can get on the cart, find out which one they're in,
So,
And nighttime is the best for you.
and that works for this too.
and then I can also like find out where they are and then disengage and come back to you guys.
I'm gonna strip. No, I'm gonna take my robe off. I'm gonna take my boots off. I'm gonna give you a pair of winged boots and a cloak of elven guide. Sweet.
Stealthy one?
You're so cool.
You have to,
Stealthy one?
are you ready? You have to attune to these. Are you okay if I put you to sleep?
Yes.
I'll cast cat nap on him. And in 10 minutes, he can take a short rest.
Damn.
Great,
So-
I have this like.
You literally are a cat, taking a cat nap.
So after, so after you take some time to be familiar with these, you understand how to use these 2 items.
How long does it take me?
10 minutes.
10 minutes with this spell. Usually would take you about an hour.
So we catch up to them, see how fast they're moving, so you can stay stealthy while we're doing it. Obviously, we're gonna have to sit back. I can send you a message and you can reply to me, but I don't have any way of making sure you initiate that message.
So I guess we'll like set a time, like we'll wait like 20 minutes or something like that. Give me a chance to get on there, try to find which cart they're on, and then you send me a message.
If there's
If
anything we
we
could do.
find them, do we want to try and get them out, just our friends?
Well, I was thinking we could do that and more, because if it's a bunch of Aarakocra, you could cause a riot.
They could
Get
also
them all.
fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to catch something. when you-
Aren't they bound and they're all in the same?
What do you call
No, there's multiple carts.
Mhm.
I would assume that because I only saw one, that there were individuals in there with them. They each cart has people in them bound, together individually or otherwise. Did it look like they were individually bound, like just myself, or we all tied to each other?
Both. So they're bound themselves, each time behind their backs, but they're also a part of like a long chain.
And there's guards in each cart.
Yes, that he saw. He
That's what I
saw,
saw.
he saw guards in the cart.
So what I would have to do if I wanted to try to release them would be getting each cart invisible, but they're gonna notice the door open, shit like that.
It's like
Well, major priority is finding out which one they're in first.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if I have an opportunity to try to release them or try to help them, I'll do it. But if not, then I'll just relay the message back to you where they are. That's like mission number one. Mission number two would be trying to get them out if I can.
And then do we want to disturb the front? That way everything has to stop?
They'll
I
be
could
able to
easily
do it.
disturb the front.
I'm glad you said something, because sometimes I think my voice doesn't make it to the microphone. So that's
If we like catch up to them, there's other people on the road, they're not gonna know who we are. Could he ride to the front and disturb the front as I'm on top of the carts?
It's not a distraction. I'm just concerned that they're just gonna not fucking care about one cart and just keep going. Well, that cart's situated.
Yeah, but if he goes to the front and somehow makes it so they have to stop.
I mean, is it like one path or is
I
it
can
like
do that.
all sorts of space on either side of the path?
I'm assuming the road is inanimate.
Like, is it a narrow road or is it like fields and shit on the left and right of us?
If this part, it's a pretty narrow road. You are starting to see the occasional, what looks to be trees on the left. As you guys start to get closer to a bend in the road.
Would it be possible for him to ride alongside the carts and get to the front?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And when I mean narrow, I don't mean like single file. I mean, it's just that there's not a ton of open fields, like you said, on each
you
side.
can't easily just go around.
Yeah, you can definitely go. It's meant to be like probably 3 or 4 carts wide. So
So is that?
it's a major road in this.
Is that what we want to do?
I don't, well, like you said, you can go around at this moment. So I don't know, we could scope them out and see if there's a narrow area, but I don't know how much time.
Are they still next to a cliffside?
At the moment, it's getting a little more inland.
Boo.
Where you guys were seeing the cliff is starting to become just a slight distance ahead. You're starting to see these very tall, even from the distance, you can see that they're extremely tall trees. Getting nighttime, it's hard to tell, but those with dark vision can tell they look like really tall, like palm trees.
That's another option. I could just cut those down.
Well, you're gonna have to be significantly ahead of them because they're moving as we
Yeah.
do.
I mean, I just push the horse past it, get up about like,
You just get advantage on every high check.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Stop them, slow them down, and that gives
Every
us some
side
time.
check, it's not that, it's something specific for them.
Cause I have a plus 12 points.
So you have advantage on dexterity checks to hide, and they have disadvantage to find you.
Okay,
That's the magic item.
sweet. My dexterity is a plus 8.
So you automatically have advantage plus 8, they have disadvantage on all checks to find you.
Awesome. Awesome.
But you have to do an action to pull it up, and you have to like be stationary to get the disadvantage.
Okay, so I have to be.
So he always has the advantage.
But he has to like spend a moment to like
For them to have
Pause.
disadvantage.
like crunch, like hiding.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's the plan?
Well,
What are we doing?
I'm for sure gonna go on the cart when we get in there, and then is he gonna go to the front?
Yeah, and then my plan was to also be searching, so we can like double our speed on finding where they are.
All right, so as you guys scamper up ahead, remember they are about a mile ahead, so it's gonna take a few minutes, and they're not stopped, so they're still moving, so it's gonna take a bit to actually catch up to them. By the time you do reach them, it is now under nightfall. You are getting to the point where you do start to see these palm trees a little closer, and they are just magnificent. Each tree seems to stand 30 to 40 feet tall, the biggest palm trees you've ever seen. Some of you that may be a little more familiar with the area know that these are the Millow Palms, an enchanted forest of palm trees that seem to have some sort of gigantism upon them.
so that seems like probably not a good idea to just cut those down.
Oh, I'm not, you can do whatever you want. I'm just letting you know the history behind the trees.
Are there non-giant palm trees?
Not in
Oh,
this-
they're
not in this-
all- Okay, well,
not in this
that's
forest.
not gonna work then.
Yeah, the trunks of these trees are like 3 or 4 feet in diameter. They're very large.
Yeah, yeah, that's. Well,
You can cut it down, it would just take a long time to do it.
Okay, so plans in action. You guys are now going ahead. So who's sneaking up? Like who's sneaking in, and then who's not trying to be sneaky?
Who's sneaking in?
I'm
You-
not sneaking.
Zaris is fast boy.
As you go, I'm gonna cast freedom of movement on you.
Okay.
Cause he's got a lot of help, so.
I was gonna cast pass without trace. Can they work together?
No, yeah, that's just a stealth roll bonus for you. Mine is freedom of movement says, one willing creature, you willing?
I'm willing. Very willing.
Magic
Thank you
cannot
for
reduce your
asking.
speed, you cannot be paralyzed, you cannot be restrained, and you use 5 feet of movement to escape any non-natural restraints.
Oh,
So if they
dang.
throw something on you, you can't be stopped.
Are you just gonna go by yourself or are you gonna do something?
So we're gonna alternate, like he'll take, we're gonna start looking for them and we're just gonna both be like searching. So like, nope, not that one, nope, not
Or
that,
are
like
you gonna
clearly.
like turn into something or are you just going
No,
on
it's
the
me,
horse?
just me, it's me.
You're going invisible.
Oh, because you have fucking
I
wings.
have wings, yeah.
How am I getting up there again?
You can fly.
Right.
You can fly with the boots.
So you have boots.
That's right.
For
You have to
4
be-
hours.
You have to be quick, so.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, are you willing? I'll cast
I'm
haste.
very willing.
Boom.
Okay.
You have twice your movement speed and you have a +2 bonus to your AC.
Shit,
And you have
guys.
advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Both of my third spells.
And then they all turn and look at you.
We're just chilling, right? We're just hanging
Oh,
out.
sorry, I can't do that because I have to cast invisibility.
Oh, it's okay. I'm doing fine.
I was gonna let it happen. I was gonna let it happen, and then you realize you're not invisible. You get closer.
Yeah.
I haven't cast it yet. so it's like-
1 hour? Okay, let's go.
All right, you guys start making your way up. Zaris, as you lead the charge up ahead, kind of galloping with, I mean,
Just a side note, whenever we're doing this, like, I'd like to pull up and, I don't know if it's any way, I can't talk to the horse, but I'm just like, I'm trying to like, pull the horse or move the horse in a way where it kind of matches with the hooves of the previous one to see if that helps stealth. You know, if that makes sense, to my brain, it makes
you
sense.
can definitely try.
Can I see him do that? Be like, I hope you do well. Cast guidance.
I don't know how it's gonna be.
There's a concentration. Never mind.
Actually, it's not real.
All these fucking concentrations.
18.
Can't keep up.
She seems to understand you're trying to tell her something, but has no idea what you're trying to
Whatever.
communicate.
Just as long as we're not noticed. I'm trying to see in the light anyways, it's dark. I'm trying to
As
see.
Zaris, as you start to stamp ahead, you do notice that with each cart, as you guys get a little closer, you do notice that with each cart, there's seems to be some sort of driver, and then on the outside of each cart, there seems to be like a horse rider on the side of each one. So it's like there's the driver and then a horse rider on each side, and then the cart, and another cart, 2 horse riders, a driver, a cart.
Are the
So
carts
essentially
like,
every cart seems to have 3
45 guys.
of the gray spires on them.
is there any way to like see inside these carts? Like, is it a covered wagon type cart, or are we talking like barred cart?
It seems to be a covered wagon style cart. They seem to have not like a cloth, but it seems to be like a wooden cased in cart.
Do we see any like doors or?
You're not there yet. I'm only talking to those.
And it's like, is it like locked? Like,
I mean, you try to open it.
well, I'm just like looking, is there like a lock hanging on the outside of this
closed.
wooden?
It's
Okay.
closed. I don't know if it's locked.
Okay, then I'll just continue forward and continue with the distraction plan for now.
Okay. Now the 2 of you start to get up, see the same thing that I just showed them. These riders are not behind the cart, they're like riding in tandem with it. And then you go through a wormhole.
Yeah.
Space time.
Stay with me, Chase. If I pass out, take over the controls.
How tall
Great
are,
focus.
how tall are these carts? So we've
They're
got
type
person
fashion.
on rider, like, is it taller?
Don't go that way. It's a weird. Okay, sorry.
It's okay. So we've got cart, 2 people, and then the driver. How tall are the carts? Like, are
I
the,
mean, it's typical probably 4 or 5 feet high, and then maybe another 4 or 5 feet tall, so probably about 10
Just
total.
classic thing.
so I'm trying to figure out if the rider's head is parallel, because I'm gonna try and drop on top of one of them. To
Maybe
be
shorter.
stealthy.
Maybe shorter. For sure.
Oh, fuck, okay, that won't work then.
No, like the riders would be
Oh,
shorter.
the rider would be shorter, okay.
Yeah, the cart's gonna be a bit taller than the riders.
Okay, I'm gonna
Just
try and,
more.
since we're under the cover of nightfall, try and stealthily, with my pass without a trace, land
Go ahead
on
and
top
roll
of.
a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, not with advantage, because he did it.
But I have pass without the trace, so I.
That's not advantage, that's just plus.
Oh, it's plus 10. Okay.
So you're probably gonna be all right, but go ahead and roll that stealth check.
Well, what's that, 22, 23, 26.
Yeah, you land on top of, this is the back cart. You land on top of the back cart like a feather on snow, just softly. What do you do?
Is it canvas? Is it canvas?
It's wood. I just said under.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
wood
Okay.
encase.
Are there any cracks in the wood? Can I like,
Little like,
It's really dark though.
I have dark vision.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean you can just see like illuminated. It's still dark. You just can, you can see in darker places, but it is dark. So you can make a perception check with disadvantage. But you would be able to see, it would just be kind of peering in
Okay.
shadow.
I mean, I'll try it. Just
Why not?
Perception.
Does it take any skill?
Oh, I have a plus 8, so 17?
17 with disadvantage.
Yes.
Then, yeah, you peer in and start to notice,
Hello, is anybody in there?
you notice that you hear the sound of people sleeping, snoring lightly. And you look in and you don't see any air car. You see, it looks like a lot of the same of the type of people riding the horses.
Cards. Okay. All right, the next. So we should probably check on you, because are we alternating?
Y'all are communicating at the moment. You're separate unless you.
Well, we talked about alternating, like doing double time.
But you said check on him. Are you flying back to him?
No, I
We
just,
haven't
I meant
talked
like, do
about
you want
that
to
at
check on him next?
Oh, like me? Okay.
Yes, like
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
Okay.
Wait,
You
so
went to the second cart?
You went to the
The
very
last
back
part.
part, and you said that they were maybe somewhere in the middle.
They're in the middle somewhere.
I'm gonna go ahead and fly up just towards the middle and land on one, assuming she's gonna continue going to the next cart.
Yeah, I'm
stop.
gonna make one of that.
So if I pass them, she's gonna find them. I'm just gonna pick one in the middle, check that one, and then start moving my way towards the front.
Yeah, yeah. A stealth check. As you land.
Plus 12 that are coming in.
With advantage. Both were 17 plus 12.
29.
Yeah.
So out of there's 14 carts.
Okay,
Pick a number of where you're trying to look at.
7.
7. So you land in the middle of this cart. You land very stealthily. You're not only invisible, but it's very stealthy. You peer inside. Do you have dark vision?
Taxi does.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know
It
if
says
he
within
does.
60 feet of you, treat dim light as bright,
That's dark
darkness
vision.
is dim light.
That's dark vision. Yeah, so you just have 60 feet instead of 120.
Okay.
So you look inside, make a perception check with disadvantage. If you have both.
16.
16. Yeah, same thing. You look inside and you see a few feathers.
Which one are you in?
Number 7.
He landed on 7.
Right in the middle.
He sees what?
You see feathers. It's hard to make out exactly, but you do see feathers, kind of with every once in a while, the moonlight kind of cracking in between the wood beams.
And I don't like recognize the feathers as Cree, right? I just see feathers.
You don't know her well enough, or him well enough. They just look like bird feathers, but you definitely can tell that it's feathers.
And what am I looking in?
What? A card.
I know, but like through a crack or like through
Oh,
the
sure,
actual
yeah, I
door?
assume through a crack or something on the roof. If you're trying to open the door, that's a different story.
Can I look around to see if there's a door?
There is a door on the back.
There's a door on the
Yeah,
back.
there's a door on the back of the car.
Okay, I'm gonna like look at the door. Is there like I'm guessing there's probably a lock on it.
Mhm.
There's no lock?
Not at the moment.
I'm just gonna open the door.
Okay.
Sneak inside.
Okay, so make a stealth check as you're opening the door.
And I have advantage on stealth, right? That's 20.
You're lucky you have space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're able to just like quickly open it, close it, slide it in behind you without any
without waking or like disturbing anything inside. You look in and you see that there's about 7 Aarakocra just lying there, motionless, unconscious, asleep.
Okay, I'm going to. I don't recognize Free, right? So.
He said, "Oh, you're a cocker."
Yeah, there's only a cockroach, right?
Because I have no idea how the progress is.
Now that you're inside.
I was thinking about like trying to like
10 minutes?
bite
this
their
adventure?
restraints.
If nothing else happens, I'm gonna send out a message.
Retrieve them all.
Yeah, it hasn't been 10.
That's what I'm saying, it's like whenever you feel it.
Yeah.
They look drugged. They look drugged, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, they're like, they seem to be magically put to sleep, if that helps.
Okay, then, so I'm gonna make a perception check, I guess, and try to see if Pree's in here, or I know she's not in.
It's easy. Yeah, you make a, you don't need to roll. Yeah, you don't see them.
Okay, so without disturbing him, I'm gonna climb out. In fact,
Stealth check with advantage. Did you open the door?
20 plus 12, 32.
Okay. Same thing. You slide it up. You rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Nice. So you slide open the door again and just slip out. The boots are a little weird, but you attune to them, so you get used to kind of the hovering motion of like flying that way. Yeah, and you just hover right back up. Are you trying to get back on top of
When we
it?
get back on top of it, I'm gonna go to number 8 or whatever, or 6, whatever direction.
Which one? 8 or 6?
Are you talking front is 1, 2,
Front is
3?
1, back is
Okay.
14.
Going to 6.
Going to 6.
Going
What are you
forward.
doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and fly 1 up and land on the top of the next one
Okay.
and peek in again.
Okay. Same thing. Stealth check. Not stealth check for your landing.
With advantage? Nope, I just have a plus 10.
Listen to the line, lady. 18. Okay, and then perception check for disadvantage.
Well, the lowest one is a 20, so.
You as well see feathers of Aarakocra.
Shit, okay. They got a lot of Aarakocra. Okay, I'm gonna.
They are desired.
Yeah. All right, and there's no like trapdoors on the roof. I'm not gonna get lucky.
No, they're all the same color. Yeah, they make trap doors on the roof.
You know, if it lands in water, you gotta get them out, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go try and go through the back door as well.
Okay. Make a stealth check with disadvantage.
18.
18. So you're able to open the door and kind of slide in quietly. You don't seem to disturb any of the Aarakocra inside, but you make it in.
Okay, I'm looking for Creed.
You do not see Creed. You see
The second to last one.
13.
She's in 13.
Okay.
You do, however, feel a slight tug at the cart. And you peek outside through one of the cracks and notice it seems like you guys are slightly slowing down.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Do I notice the same thing on my card?
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Because you're on 6.
I'm gonna look towards the front of the line just to see why we're slowing down.
As you look up, you see a lot of the guards riding, peering back behind them.
So I'm assuming that they're probably seeing the group.
You don't know?
That's just what I'm thinking.
Xeris, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get in front of the caravan as fast as possible.
At
And
this
then
point,
I have,
at this point, you would have made it in front of them.
all right, so, so bear with me. How far ahead am I? Quite a bit. I need like a chunk of room. I want to pretend like I don't care about them and just like run, like I'm in a hurry to go somewhere.
I mean, you can do that. It would just take you a little bit more time. At the moment, I'd say you're probably just a few hundred feet in front. But if you want to get really far ahead, I'll have to come back with you while you.
They're slowing down as you're still going.
He doesn't see that anymore. He's already past them.
Right, but like,
Am I still in eyesight? I want to be like, I want to be kind, like still in eyesight, but not like but still giving myself a lot of room to like perform.
Perform.
Is this a Rathian or Xeris?
You're not a bard.
Well, Xeris has a plan. It's a great plan.
We'll say it's gonna take you probably another 60 seconds or so to get up ahead to be able to dismount and like start preparing for whatever the fuck you're trying to do.
You got it, boss.
All right. So you do notice a slight tug, and it seems like the convoy is slowing down slightly. Not abruptly, but it seems like they're not going as hard as they were when you first arrived on the back of number 14. What do you say with your message?
Well, do I start to notice them slowing down? Like I'm starting to pass them.
Maybe it's hard to
faster.
tell. Again, they're not like whoa, whoa, whoa.
No,
They're just like they were like
Getting closer together. Okay.
so. It's hard to tell. Maybe if you guys are, I mean, I assume you would be able to tell since you're all like, I'm sure trying to make sure the success of this mission goes through as you're like peeking, but it's hard to give an exact answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send a message to Benjamin and be like, how many have you checked? How's it going? Do you think you've been seen?
I'm gonna say nothing yet at the middle, Sage at rear. Caravan seems to be slowing down. They might see you.
And I guess who else? It was just me and us three, right?
For you.
Four.
I mean,
And you.
I'm worse.
You're a horse.
Sit on top of her.
Actually, I'm a horse.
Good thing.
I have a question.
Oh my God, you're a horse.
Actually, I'm a bird.
Whatever you want. It's your wild shape, yeah, whatever you want it to be.
I'm not
Okay.
surprised.
You can have it emerald and weird if you want. It's up to you.
No, I'll be nice chestnut colored.
Oh, chestnut. Yeah, how
I
about
want to be a paid horse.
Okay.
I will whisper over them best I can. I don't even know if you understand human or normal common at this point, but
I don't know.
You do. You have your intelligence.
Yeah,
Okay, I
keep
have
your
my
mental
son, so
stats.
okay.
In wild shape, you do. We learned this a couple days ago. In wild shape, you still have all of your mental traits and you can think and act, but you can't speak.
Right.
You can think and act, but
Okay.
if you
so I
polymorph, you
understand. Okay.
I was just they slowed down the pace a little bit. Benjamin doesn't know where they're at yet, but they're separated, so we might want to try to be as quiet as possible.
Makes sense, yeah.
And I tried to stealth a horse.
Are you trying to cast anything to do this? Or
No.
you're just trying to be
Just
stealthy.
try to be
try to-
stealthy.
I would like for you to roll a
I feel
stealth check
really
at
pulling on
disadvantage.
hair.
I would like to roll a stealth check at disadvantage.
Well, that's a 60 the way you look at it. A stealth check, yeah, it's a 7 total, but that's close fun.
Okay, yeah, you're just clopping along. Quicksilver does not, or Annabelle does not understand
Clippy clop, clippy clop.
what quiet means. That's common. All right, Benjamin, what are you doing? You're on number 6 right
So
now.
they just slow down a little bit. They're still moving.
You've noticed the slight slowdown in pace.
All right, I'm just gonna be quick. I'm gonna look inside. I'm assuming I see more.
You see more Eric Copper in here.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly try to sneak in to the back door.
Sneak in through the back door.
Hey, he's knocking on the back
15.
door.
And then do I make it inside good?
You make it inside? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, perception check, I guess.
You don't need to. You don't recognize any of these Eric Copper. You're mainly looking for Silex because almost Eric Copper look the same and you don't see him in here.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the top of the thing, top of the curve. That's a 27.
The door doesn't seem to open.
Oh no.
You have these tools, right?
How?
Huh?
You have these tools?
Yeah. I do have these tools. Can I try to open it?
Mhm.
Do I roll for that?
What are you trying to do?
Is there a lock on the door?
Mm-mm.
There's nothing.
Just doesn't seem
Oh,
to open.
Just doesn't seem to- Well, I'm gonna look through. Is there any other is there any other way out?
As you peek through, you're kind of looking around. you see both of the guards that were riding beside you. You don't see them beside your cart anymore. As you go to look behind, you see the driver of the cart that was right behind seems to be holding on the reins with one hand and then the other hand doing this, looking at your door.
So the, oh, so the
All
guy.
these carts are in a row and you just.
The guy
open up
behind
the
you
door.
saw you walk in, the guy behind you saw you go in.
That was super stealthy and invisible.
It's true. The door isn't.
All of a sudden this door opens and closes.
Candidly, you rolled a 15, he rolled a natural 20. You are invisible. He did not see you, but he saw the door clearly open.
Did he roll a perception check?
Yes.
I mean, he is.
With his cloak, he has to do with disadvantage, right?
It's fine. He's seen the door.
Oh,
not
never
him.
mind, sorry.
I mean, he can. He doesn't
Yeah,
technically
door.
need to roll a
So
perception.
he doesn't
check.
see me at all, he just sees that the door is.
He saw the door open and close, which wouldn't happen
No.
naturally, I suppose.
So I
They
also,
also
Cling to the top.
they saw one of them thought they saw something back on 13, but they couldn't confirm. This time they definitely saw that with the 15 that you rolled. He definitely saw.
okay, so I'm looking around and the door's my only way out.
He's like holding
Stop.
strong. Like you can tell he's. I mean, you know, you can bust through. It's just wood. I mean, it's never the only way out. But he's like holding that door with some sort of magic that, as a rogue, you don't really understand.
So on the other part of the cart where that driver is there any like a window, any door, anything?
Sorry, where are you pointing? So you're in essentially you're in a wooden cage. There's not
Right.
windows or
So,
anything.
so at the back is where the door is that he's holding. The complete opposite side, like where the driver is on the other side. Is there anything on that wall?
It's all caged in. The idea is to try to keep hidden this cargo.
So
of what they're
basically,
bringing.
there's nowhere for me to go right now because he has the door shut. So I need to just hunker down for a while.
You can, like I said, you still have options. You can try to break through the door. You can try to bust out. I mean, you have options. He's just at the
I'm gonna
moment
try to-
keeping you entrapped.
Since I'm invisible, I'm gonna try to break through the door and then fly away.
Okay. Make a strength check.
I'm just chilling, I guess.
I would have just gone on the roof and just been.
You're still inside number 13, right? Did you go
Yeah.
back up?
No, I'm still inside.
We probably should have started
17.
like at 6 and
17?
7 and worked that way since we knew that they were in the middle.
You like, you
The
press
fact that
against
it's
the
seen
door
makes
where
it
he's
hard.
holding,
Makes it very
you
hard.
press a little bit, you feel it give slightly, and you like look through the like slight crack of this wooden piece, like these two pieces of wood, and you see him kind of look over for a second, and as he looks over, you push through as he slightly loses concentration, and you bust through the door and go flying out and you're free.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And at this point, the rest of you all see the convoy stop. Abrupt halt. You guys now hear the chanting of men yelling, "Whoa!" And all of the carts seem to come to an abrupt halt. The guards who were on horseback now jump down on foot, and they're starting to like peek inside all of the carts.
I want to land on top after I busted out and flew away. I want to land on top of that dude's cart who was holding.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that. Make a stealth check.
Is that 5?
You're still good. And
Is that
then
70?
Here's
What do we do?
57 because
I'm gonna very quietly try my back door and see if mine opens.
it does. So
I don't wanna like fully
yeah,
open
yeah. I
it,
figured
just,
that's what I was like. You're
Yeah.
just testing to see.
I'm not going, wah, I'm
Make a
just
stealth
like,
check. Make a stealth check to see if you can unlatch the door without it making like a lot of noise.
Did I hear this?
28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
That's
You
just like
definitely-
you went all the way. Oh, sorry.
1 second. You unlatch the door,
Mhm.
and you can tell that it does move. You're not being held or restrained.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can slip out and fly up and away since it stopped, because I want to get back to them and see what our next steps are.
You can.
Can I
It's if the door's open, you can
I
definitely
wanna
slip out.
quietly do that, or still with my stealth,
Okay.
if possible?
Yep. Go ahead.
Disadvantage, right? With disadvantage?
You're not disadvantaged.
That's a 20, oh, that's a lot. That's a 28, 32.
So you sneak out the back quietly. You just step out, you go to fly away. And as you do, you look down and you see like the rest of the guards kind of looking around frantically, trying to figure out, what else is going on, but they do not see you.
Okay.
You seem to just blend in with the night.
Okay.
Zaris, in front of you, you see.
He's still getting ready for his performance.
You guys, yeah, you're like getting ready, you're practicing, you're warming up your vocal cords, and the entire convoy seems to stop in a halt a few hundred feet away from you still. They haven't gotten to you yet.
Well, damn it. All of the planning. I'm still gonna play it out, just in case it decides to start going again. So in quick succession, I'm gonna fear the horse that I'm riding in order to have it buck me off. So
Get off.
It's a whole performance. Hold on, let them go.
they gotta see it buck me off for the next
They're
part.
still a couple
so
hundred feet away. They're not seeing you.
that's fine. They can't see me though at this point. Like they've stopped.
Well,
They're busy.
maybe they would. So let's play it this way. There's a good chance they would have seen you if all of their attention wasn't just taken off the road to stop and search the cards.
Right. That's what I was worried about. I'm still gonna play it out because I did all the effort in my head. So
Move closer to
All right, go ahead. Tell us what happened.
all right, so fear the horse bucks me off. It's Quicksilver, right? That's the one I was writing.
Yes.
Quicksilver.
Poor Quicksilver, goodbye. Because it's gonna run away. It'll be fine. It only goes like a little bit and then it gives up. But then after that, I'm gonna how wide is the road? Roughly
3 carts wide.
3 cars in feet or yards.
I don't know, probably 15 feet.
15 feet, awesome. So I'm gonna shatter the road where I am out of anger. I'm gonna start cursing, motherfucker, and just start shattering the ground and like really just destroy this this road. I've got 2, so should cover the width.
It's like a dirt path, yeah. So he's just making it. He's like cracking into the earth a little bit, making it very difficult for carts to ride over. But yeah, you definitely crack into the earth a bit. And yeah, you're definitely able to do that, but they don't really seem to notice you just throwing a fit down there.
Hey, that's fine. At this point, the performance was for myself. I still wanted to break the road. So
This will go help, but I nailed it.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna angrily pace beside what I just destroyed and basically just plant myself in that area
Okay.
for now.
All right. The rest of you guys see it stop completely. You see a couple of the guards dismount and start walking around.
Well, hold on. One more thing. So I did shatter twice. Those are 2 huge explosive sounds.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna let you know it's gonna thunder through this little area. Maybe they get distracted by that over what's happening in the carts. I don't know.
Hold on. How far does it go though?
I think shatter is within 300 feet. They can hear you.
I think that's Thunderwave. I think.
No, shatter makes a ringing noise.
I know, but Thunderwave is. It might be both. I'm reading it.
It's a sudden, loud, ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point of your choice within range. So
This doesn't show how far it goes to hear it.
Boomer.
So we're just gonna wait. Well, well, they rolled a 14 and then an 18, so I assume they would have heard a bit of it. Maybe not a loud booming sound, but they definitely heard the cracking of the earth up ahead, a few hundred feet. But they're still stopped. If anything, that would have made them stop even more.
sure,
So,
sure.
so now they are stopped. The whole convoy. Most of the riders are now dismounted, if not riding up and down. The rest of you who are back trailing this convoy, what are y'all up to?
I think I'm gonna.
Start heading that way.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it on a horse.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dismount Rain and tell Rain to probably go back to being Rain.
Rain, be Rain.
I'm doing back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do me a favor, be ready.
What are you doing?
I'm just kind of
Have you told them you're dwarf? Like, are you still? Are
Oh,
you
I
in
said
dwarf form?
He changed the
No,
Bilbo
back to the
Baggins.
half.
Okay, you're back to half.
I'm still like Bilbo Baggins right now.
Gotcha. Especially now, right?
You're gonna walk towards them?
Yeah, they're stopped and we have 2 people. Well, I guess both of you guys can fly. Okay, well, I'm just gonna get
They're
off the
being
horse.
very stealthy. You have no clue where they are.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna wrangle around the horse. Are we going to help them or like, do we think?
We
they can-
definitely
You have an idea of where we are, because I told you that I was in the middle and she was at the end.
Right, yeah, I got that part. I know that's what I'm saying, they're split. And also I just thought like, real quick question, do you know how trained these guys are? Like, are these just random schmoes or?
They're not like Joe Schmoes, they're no like elite guard, right? They're just pretty beefy dudes.
These are a lot of, like street thugs given a purpose. So a lot of them are, some of them are pretty powerful, some of them are,
Well, no, one's a spellcaster.
you know that a lot of them are like variants of rogues and warlocks and just kind of some of the darker classes and chaotic classes.
But like, there's not like one major dude that I'm like, we need to be aware of this fucking guy.
That's
To be
exactly.
fair, I don't even know if you.
So you know for a fact that.
Oh, the two humans you told me about, right?
You know for a fact that Melbourne and Apathy would be to be considered extremely dangerous. And you know that they're with this group, or assuming with this group, because they're the ones who seem to have taken Kree and Silex. So the other big names that you know, there's a green dragonborn named Sycar, also extremely powerful. One of Cinduin's top, thugs. And then the most unassuming is Mira. She's an elf, and she seems to be in second of command of all the Grey Spires. Doubtful that she's with a service convoy, but she is definitely one to be considered.
Well, there's definitely two big boys here, so we should be worried about them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go ahead and slowly get close, probably stay 50 to 75 feet away.
Okay.
And just try to keep an eye, and if they start moving, I'll come back to the horse and we can move, but they're split. One's in the middle, one's towards the end, and obviously they're stopping for a reason.
Should we just go up and try to talk to them and feign ignorance? Like, hey, we were just passing in the night. Is everything okay? Like, check up on them.
I'm fine with whatever, that's fine.
At least we get all of us closer.
Where the hell is Zeros?
I don't know your friend well. That might.
There might be some Eldritch blast just flying off in the air, so.
Like firework. Yeah.
Really convenient. So something's going on with the horse. Hey guys, you guys doing all right? I'm cool with that. I mean, do that.
So you're on top. You're on top.
No, I flew off.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Where'd you fly to?
Well,
You're going back to them.
that was my plan.
Okay. You're able to make it back.
Okay, so I'm gonna land, but you guys didn't see me coming because I still have pass without trace on me, so boop, hi.
You roll like a 30 on you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She's like,
Yeah.
like a falcon
Night bird.
hunting. Yeah.
If my
Okay,
heart still
so-
beating, it would definitely skip.
Yeah.
So,
Does your heart not beat? Is that a thing right now?
yeah, he's not alive anymore.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. It's fine.
I don't have a mask yet, so
so-
yeah, half my face is infuriating.
So the last part seems to be guards. I think it was a lot of sleeping. Inside, even the second to last one is a lot of Aarakocra. I didn't see anything else, but they all seem to be drugged, so they have a lot.
Are they slowing down because of you?
I don't know.
And no Creed yet.
No Kree. No, I could not find Kree. I only made it to one cart before everything started slowing down. I know it wasn't because of, or I think it wasn't because of me, because they didn't see me going in or out, so.
You do?
Do you know where Vengeance at?
I do not know where Vengeance. I know he went farther up.
He said it was near number 6
Okay,
when I spoke to him, but that was a few, minutes ago.
yeah, I don't know where he is now.
Maybe they stopped because of him.
They might have. I'm pretty sure they didn't stop because of me, but they might have stopped because of him.
Do you think that we need to kind of take cover, or do you think that we should go and see Vengeance?
Eyes on the dudes to make sure they're not getting back up on horses and starting.
They're still seem to be inspecting the carts, making sure no one's escaped and got out. You see, no, that's it.
Well, if we want to go up and talk, we can. I can hide us. I have something I can do to make us not seen.
All of us?
Yeah. Just whatever you want to do.
What would we say? I
Yeah.
mean, you kidnapped our friend, give him back, like.
And we could just ask him if maybe something's wrong. Do you?
Like
They need
act,
help.
like act
Act
dumb.
like we don't know what's going on, and I can leave.
Ah.
That's true, we could. Now it's even higher. Let's send her to the front. Hi. Oh my God, yes.
Oh, you're right. She's the most attractive.
If I remember correctly,
That's
yes.
not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
That's actually, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
let's tell her what to say
You
and
got the
then.
green light for me, go ahead.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Pretty good.
it, yeah.
All agree.
Okay, great.
All right. So as Rain, are you going up ahead of everyone?
No,
or-
we're walking with her. We're not
Okay.
gonna leave her.
Maybe-
I would not leave her alone.
As we
Like, I would-
go, I was like, maybe if we do this, we can get all their attention on her or something, and then Benjamin can join us as part of our group, like behind, if he can get out of there, I don't know.
Yeah.
Before we do this, I'm still on top of the thing. Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
He said that there were like 2 human rangers that took our friends. Would they stand out at all amongst this group?
Oh, yeah.
So I remember that while I'm standing on top of it. Do I see them guarding?
You don't know what they look like, so it's hard to tell.
Would I have described generally what they look like?
Probably.
Do I see 2 human rangerish looking fellas
Not at the
guarding
moment.
anything?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Most of these characters are cloaked and hooded and look very uniform, like very similar each. A lot of their cloaks do seem to have like the same sort of emblem on it. Looks kind of like a triangle with a G in the middle. Most of them seem to have that across like the broad part of their back of their cloak. But you don't see anyone that seems to stand out as seemingly more powerful or less powerful. They all seem pretty uniform.
How long am I invisible and can fly for?
How long have we been?
This has all been about 5 or 10 minutes. It
Oh,
hasn't
you've
been-
got like an extra 50 minutes of invisibility.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's an hour, okay.
Yeah.
And, like,
until
this
you
was all
attack
like boom, boom,
Morrowgast
boom,
as well.
Okay, so since I landed on top, no one notices me, I'm just gonna chill here.
Just lay flat.
I'm just gonna like T-pose, crouch down.
Yeah. Okay, so the rest of you approach. As you start to approach, the guards seem to start to swell and swarm in the back towards the 14th like back cart. You do notice that this door seems to open up, and exactly 5 guards come out from inside that cart as well. And so at the moment there's about 20 or so guards at the back of this cart. And then coming out of that back, that final cart that you had peeked in, you do see that one larger, he's human, but he seems to be maybe like have some sort of giant's blood or Goliath's blood in him. He stands a solid 6-7 inches taller than everyone else. Not dramatically bigger, but definitely a large guy. And he stands out, and his cloak is almost this deep blue, also with that G with the triangle on the back. And he steps out and looks at all of you approaching, and he starts to whisper things to some of the guards back and forth, and some of them start to spread out. Now there's only about 10 standing in front. And as you approach, as you approach, you recognize this is Melbourne.
You're the one talking.
Okay,
Yeah, we just threw out the attractive person, we didn't give her any lines.
Yeah, no, let it wait till it was right.
Isn't that
I
always
can
how
do
it
the
works?
talking,
Just
but.
go, just go.
Oi,
hi there.
what's your business?
We were just traveling along this road, noticed you stopped and wanted to see if everything was okay.
Yeah, move along, piss off.
Hey, we don't mean any harm. We're just here to see if you
I'm
guys.
not worried about you harming us. I said piss off.
You don't need to be
Nothing to
rude.
see here.
Fine, you don't need to look. We were just checking to see if everything was fine.
Oh, you're just being friendly.
Just being friendly, yes.
Oh, well, apologies about the tone, man.
It's all about. I'm very bad at this, guys.
No,
No, you're great.
very well right
You're
now.
great.
You just like checked them, you're like, you'd be really weird.
Yeah. And he's like,
Can't even
oh,
apologize.
sorry.
Yeah.
He's like,
all the power right now.
Look at this, we're gonna meet today.
Where you headed?
Just traveling along.
Just traveling along at night. Along a lonely road by the Millow Palms.
Oh, we were heading to Vinovia.
Interesting, so are we.
Oh,
Maybe you wouldn't mind riding along with us. We have lots of protection and a pretty thing like you. It's dangerous being out this late.
Sage is trying really hard to hide an eye roll.
You are very kind, sir.
You know,
Love your protection.
excellent. Guards, get out of the back. This is their car now. And the rest of them who were like in the cart sleeping, all get up and they're like rolling their eyes as they like go forward to another cart.
Could I roll an insight check? Have I seen this as a play before?
Yeah.
Roll inside.
Watch this be. We're about to fucking get captured too.
It's their card now. Locked.
15.
You've always seen Melbourne as kind of a just raging asshole. You've never really seen him flustered or be kind to someone before. So it's hard for you to tell if this is a play or if this is just the side of him that you being a man don't typically see. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You do notice that the other guards kind of piss off and go up to some of the carts ahead. Some of them slip into some of the carts you know for a fact had Aerocopter in them. And you hear kind of Melbourne say to one of the lackeys, right? Let's just check everything, wait for about 15 minutes, 20 at the latest. We'll get going. I don't know what that idiot saw. I don't think he's full of shit.
What, traveling to
Hey, old
Minovia
timer.
for business?
Hmm?
You're traveling for business. We happen to have a little bit of coin. Do you have any wares that you're selling?
Where's? Do we look like a rolling shop to you?
Damn.
Zenro's kind of like, kinda. I don't.
I don't know.
You have a lot of cards.
Yeah, you have a lot of cards.
Trying
No,
to show maybe?
I'm not gonna have any reaction. I'm just like, well, my apologies for
Buy
getting
some
you this.
words.
With many
Yeah.
cards, it seems they're very protective. I didn't know if you had some very good valuables.
Nope.
I mean,
All
I
right.
don't even have to insight it because I know it's a lot.
You rolled a 2 on this section. Well, you all free to right here in the back. It's about a day's ride to Vinovia. So, you feel free. And if you need anything, stay in your car. We'll come to you when we arrive. If you have questions about your stay in Vinovia, you all seem a bit like outsiders to me, then maybe I'll send someone for you. Show you around. Treat you something nice. You didn't say, what are you doing in Vinovia exactly?
Sightseeing and
Checking in the sites. A lot of beautiful buildings.
we hear the
I would
entertainment.
instantly change my accent.
We hear the entertainment is pretty good too.
You're not wrong. Lots of pretty ladies, and he's gonna look back at Ren.
I'm gonna give him a little.
If that's not your thing,
Yeah, some nice shows, a couple of theater shows. A little dull at the moment with the war going on, but you know,
Sure, we'll find something.
yeah, you'll find something. There's if you guys like a little more spicy entertainment, then there's a place that you can pay if you have the coin to see some underground combat entertainment.
Ooh. Sounds very
It's a little rare, a little off the market, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's worth your time if you're into that. If not,
And would you know a guy that would be able to get us into something? That sounds fun, right?
Yeah.
oh, we know the guy. We know the guys. We will say that. If you're familiar, there's a stone building just outside Vinovia. The end of each week, you if you're invited, you can come and place wagers. Certain fights. It's always a fun time. Whether you win or lose your bets, it's always fun.
Who are these fighters?
Who are the fighters? Who gives a fuck who the fighters are?
Was there like a champion? Is there like a big timer? Like I've never.
If there were, then the bets wouldn't be very fun, would it? If you always knew who was going to win.
Was there like underdog tales and doesn't matter.
Listen, you and Crete. You know we have. It's going to lean in. We have the birds. We fight. No, you're not going to get entertainment like this up in the outflow.
That's true.
But yeah, we had a bird friend once before you took him.
Where is he?
But they talk about-
Yeah.
Never seen a bird. Bird.
I guess like looking, I know you sent people out, but they're going, how focused are some of the other guards? Like, are they, yeah, we're checking it.
They
Just,
seem
like,
to be.
standing around,
They honestly, as you're a little closer, you don't need to really roll insight on this. You can kind of tell they're kind of half-assed looking. They're like someone saw something, no one really believes them, and they're all just kind of like, oh no, nothing.
So I'm trying to think of like what he could be doing while we're talking.
There's no like.
I mean, you can send a message or something.
I wanna use-
Hop out.
And our
Bring it.
friend Zeris.
I meant to ask earlier.
I don't know how we're gonna do that.
What are we
I mean,
going
I
up to?
figure they're not gonna be, I'm not saying this until he walks away. We're not gonna ask.
I actually didn't hear what you guys were saying, so you can say whatever you want. It's not your way.
Conversation.
And while you guys are all standing there, it's kind of later in the night. Sinro, you get your pager vibrates in that conch cell. The conch cell, you hear through it the voice of Ombre. And you can't respond, as we found out.
Yeah.
But you hear her say, "Father, oh, darling Zinro, where did you run off to? I'm so concerned about you. Where have you gone?" See the message?
It's not her voice. But I recognize the voice.
You don't.
And you don't recognize the voice, so it
It's not
wouldn't be,
Sakina. She doesn't
wouldn't
know
be
the accent.
Sakina.
She's dead.
And it
It's
wouldn't
not
be,
Centria.
it wouldn't be Centria
Well-
because it's heard her voice.
I've heard everyone's who I've obviously been around, so I don't recognize his voice. And
Make a intelligence check.
Oh gosh, come on.
roll best at
Does Aaron just hear it? We all hear
You, it's the conch, so it's
Just.
I'll do the
Let's
go,
big one.
baby.
13. It's a straight ball.
you
Was
you know it's not Ombre. You know it's not Centria, but you do recognize the voice.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I recognize it, I just want to make sure.
It's
It's at the tip of your tongue.
And I just can't figure it out.
What was the
Maybe
word for
someone who
pass?
does.
Perhaps it'll come to
14?
you.
It's real close.
It's real close. My intelligence is a
What are
0.
you gonna do?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything out loud right now in present company, but I'm just I can't respond and I have to give it to somebody to say something.
Right. Can you ask her to repeat the message? So
You
that we
can't
can-
respond. So remember when
He has to
this,
have somebody else respond.
yeah, it's.
Actually, you know what? I guess I wouldn't have a huge problem because I could just say like, hey, this is like how I communicate with my daughter. So whoever's next to me, I'll just hand it off to you and go, could you ask who that was?
That's all I have.
Well, actually, they can't respond back because they've already used it. Fuck
You
it.
can't respond back?
No, because it's only one time, one way each way. So they contacted me. I can contact back, but that's it.
Maybe you just have to think about it.
I'm not gonna respond at all, actually. Screw that, because I'm just,
Nothing.
I'm not nothing at all. Because what if I say, who is this? And then that's their method of contacting me.
Maybe they ping your,
Oh, is
You
it-
know what?
maybe they
Here you
ping
go.
your shell if you
Here you
answer
go.
back.
Answer basically say this. I know who you are. I know what
I have
you
a
want.
business skills.
Actually, no, it's true. We'll reply back because they can reply to me tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, it's once a day.
Once a day, yeah.
It's a little conch cell phone.
I was like,
What time is it right now? You said
It's
it's dark.
midnight, yeah. Well, not midnight,
Yeah,
it's like
basically,
maybe like
I would say that-
8:30, it's like the sun just went down.
Okay, so in like 4 hours, then they can reply.
Yeah, I do want to say like, I don't know who this is,
I don't know who this is,
but if you have Ombre,
but if you have Ombre,
you've made a big mistake.
you've made a big mistake.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Snap my razor phone. Put in my little side saddle thing over here.
Close the side.
And as you guys,
Do you have like a little belt?
as you guys, with Benjamin on top of one of these carts, with Zaris up front, breaking the ground. With the rest of you accepting this transport, leaving your horses.
You guys accept it?
No, we'll have him right alongside. I assume
You guys left them, what do you?
Yeah, I left it out in the field.
I thought they walked out. I thought they walked with us.
Here, throw.
I mean,
a-
if you want him to walk with it, we can definitely
Oh,
say
yeah,
that. He specifically said I'm walking, like I'm getting off my horse. and
Yeah, I
walking.
did say that myself, but I guess if we're like going to do that.
You're
plan,
kind of
we
a
did
horse
say-
keepers, you, I don't think you would have looked.
We did say we're gonna go with that.
She's already left one
Walking with
horse.
you guys.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Look
have,
at the other
I would
one.
not have left those horses. I'm like, this is.
So there's only one horse back there now.
Yeah.
'Cause she
Yeah,
turned
he
into a
has-
person.
He has Quicksilver, who also ran away.
Oh,
from
shit.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have taken our horse, our singular horse. would have-
Guys, I worked so hard to get these horses to
Okay,
trust us.
okay.
And they're gonna get eaten by
Sorry
puppies
for
then.
bringing it up. Okay. So,
Not getting
like I
back.
said, you guys are walking along, the horse is clearly with you.
And all bears will eat them later, it's fine.
So yeah, I'm assuming you guys climb into the cart, or are you guys walking alongside? What do you do?
Oh, is he gonna make us get into the cart?
No, he just cleared out the guard so you guys could have a place to ride.
Okay,
We could just ride with them
yeah,
and then try to figure
Yeah.
out what to do.
I figure we'll wait until we. Is Melbourne still with us?
No, he's
Oh,
walked
good,
off.
okay.
He just wanted
Oh, yeah,
to
well-
say hi, like introduce, like. see
Oh,
what
so
the
we
fuck's
have,
going
we're
on.
like amongst our group now?
Yes.
Yeah, the guards
Our
fucked
two
off.
friends, and they have not seen their faces except us. If they're magically in the cart with us, that's a problem.
What?
Our two
They
friends who are
haven't
not
seen
present,
them.
they haven't seen them,
I don't think.
They've
I've been-
seen
I've been-
you.
but they have not seen.
Yeah, but if he
There, or
shows
Zaris,
up
or
with
Zaris.
our group and like, hey, I'm the other friend, that looks terrible.
So we can send a message.
We in the
and
last
say
part.
that, you know,
Before-
stay behind, we'll meet back to you
They
once we
put a
get
guard
to
behind it.
the stone building.
Out of game, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking that,
He's still invisible.
if no one is watching the very back door on that cart that you guys are riding in, I can always fly in and chill with you guys till we get towards the city. When we get towards the city, I hop out and like, you guys met me in the city, I've been here for a while, or something like that.
Well, I was gonna say, we are in the back, and they didn't put a guard in the back, or the back card.
And he's
So-
still invisible for a
Oh,
little
we're
bit
card number
longer.
15?
We're
I
14.
thought we were.
We're 14, we're the last one.
So
14 is the
I can,
last.
I can send a message to Zaris and just let him know, hey, when we come by, come in to the back one and try to get in as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's the road.
Yeah, well. that's
Y'all aren't
not-
making it very far.
You haven't found that out yet. So that's why I asked, are you guys about to get in the cart?
different plan.
That was
Does
the
those
most
kind of
Rathian-
work?
That's D&D.
That was the most Arathian move, Zaris.
Like each of our plans are actually
Just
working
shatter the
brilliantly, we just
road.
keep changing our plan, and they're all working.
So,
It's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
so just to speed things along, are you guys going along with them? Because the convoy's about to start moving. That's what I need to know.
Yeah,
next.
yes,
Are you
we're going,
with-
we're going hopping in.
Yeah, I'm
So-
gonna hop in.
You guys hop in, y'all start moving, the convoy starts to move. After a very short while, another abrupt halt.
I am screaming profanities.
And
We need to know if he's.
Yeah, on the, because I wouldn't have known, I would have
Yeah.
sent a message to you via sending that we're in the last cart with them on the move. Show up and join as stealthy as possible.
So I get to reply to that, right?
Yes, sir.
How many words do I get?
25.
Okay, I'm just gonna reply. That's probably not gonna work. And leave it there.
How many words do I get? You said it's five.
I just want to make sure I didn't have like.
100. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, you can say, nope.
Okay. I don't know.
So as you guys approach this and the convoy stops yet again, now for a slightly more permanent reason, while they have to fix the road. That's where we end the session.
Oh my god.
All right.
Was Zara still out front about to explain himself?
I'm so sorry, I got. bucked
Sarah's
off
just
my
so, he's like
words.
mad and he's yelling, like, what's your problem? He's like, somebody fucked up the road.
How my horse is going.
Yeah, can I get a ride?
Yeah.
Scared.
Can
the
I
horse.
get a ride?
Well,
That was a good session.
That was a good session. Lots of
Hi, Trey.
problem
I'm
solving.
ending it.
Bye,
See you
Trey.
later.
Bye, Trey.
Nice meeting you, Trey.
Bye. Good to meet you.